Yo, what up? You know what it is. It's your boy AJ Francis reporting to you live from New York City, the birthplace of hip-hop. And I'm telling you that I'm only tuned in with Tru Heel Heat Wrestling. Holla at me.
What's going on, everybody? This is your former AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Once a champion, always a champion. Swerve Strickland. Whose house? Swerve's house. You're watching Tru Heel Heat podcast.
What's up, Tru Heel Heat? Tru Heel Heat.
What's up? Tru Heel Heat.
Hey guys, it's Rosa and welcome to Tru Heel Heat.
It is Saturday morning, and you know what that means. It is time for some Tru Heel Heat, and what a time it is to be alive to see WWE sell out even more than they have before. As WrestleMania 43 is heading to Saudi Arabia, and they're getting that Arab money, as my headline says. We got a lot to discuss in regards to that. Saudi Arabia wants The Rock to face possibly Roman Reigns or Cody Rhodes. They want Stone Cold Steve Austin. They want Undertaker and Shawn Michaels if they're willing to come out of retirement. There's a lot of fallout from this news and the announcement from yesterday. We're going to discuss all of that over in AEW. You got the further build-up for All Out. And today is the day. Yes, y'all have waited for it. Y'all have wanted it. It's the return of the fantasy draft. And I shall win. Hello, it is me, your Tru Heel Phenom SP3, and we are live on the Tru Heel Heat YouTube and Facebook for Tru Heel Heat 346 Blood Money Mania. discussing the latest wrestling news, including WWE bringing WrestleMania 43 to Saudi Arabia, and the country wanting the returns of The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin, among others. Speaking of returns, we got our fantasy draft that is back today. We also got a recap in This Week in Wrestling with WWE SmackDown featuring Cody Rhodes return to go after Drew McIntyre last night. You had Raw on Netflix on Monday featuring AJ Lee speaking for the first time since her return. You got NXT featuring the build to Homecoming with several different returns. You had Evolve, you had TNA Impact, AEW Dynamite featuring Daniel Garcia joining the Death Riders, ROH Action Dean 3, CMLL, Venice Spectacular last night, plus much, much more. And of course, to do all of that, to discuss all of that, to break it all down as we always do here on a Saturday, we got our whole cast is with us this week. The whole gang is back, not just the OG 3, not just the 3 that you usually see here. We are the horsemen. We are the horsewoman, horse people. We are 4. As first up, we got, of course, the true draw himself. Josh, how are you feeling?
After last night's news, I feel great.
Okay, there we go. We also got with us the beautiful, the lovely princess of all the Tru Heels, Miss Krssi Luv. How are you feeling?
I'm okay. I have a slight headache that's like right here, so if I speak very low, that's because. But other than that, I'm here, guys. I miss you all. I hope you all are doing well. Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Yeah, I don't know what news Josh is talking about, so I'll probably figure that out as y'all talk, because you know I don't know.
To be fair, you often come into this podcast blind, which makes for the best reaction. So I'll give you that. And of course,
Saudi Arabia bullshit, then maybe whatever. But okay.
We got joining us for his monthly visit. And of course, you see him regularly on Tuesdays on Rated Raw Review. And he is the birthday boy. His birthday comes. The one and only top guy, JJ. How are you feeling?
Well, early birthday, right?
Old.
You said old?
Feel old, but
no, you don't look old. You have to feel young.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. I just need to get the rest of this fucking cold out of my system, but feeling much better than I did. Weather. Yeah, that shit got me like swiftly, like literally on my way to work.
Hot
like,
one day,
boom.
Cold one day. The inside of your offices or your jobs be like freezing cold, like they think it's like 90 degrees outside, but then you go outside, it's like in the 70s. Like they're setting us up for fucking failure.
So I need to take like about 40 seconds on this little intro. I want to be a little consistent here. So I have been lobbying for I don't know how many months, about 6 months or so, before getting on the Rated Raw Review intro. It is way overdue for Josh to be in the flagship intro. It is way overdue.
I mean, that's very fair to say.
Like
you need
Josh
to talk to
has
Romeo
been holding it down
and
for
other
about 3 years now. About 3 years been holding this down weekly. I'm just saying, the man deserves his flowers.
I agree.
Get the man his flowers, and you could even put like a feature in thing.
We gotta badger. What we gotta do is we gotta badger Romeo. That's what worked to get you on the intro for Rated Raw Review. We gotta badger Romeo until he does it. That's the key.
So I think so. So the chat needs to spam shit towards Romeo to get this man Josh in this intro. It is way too deserved. It is overdue.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Get this man's face on that intro.
Agreed. Look at that. Look at JJ lobbying for Josh out here. I love it. I love it. I love to see your activism, lobbying for other people.
I know Romeo is probably going to troll me at lobbying in this and remove me from the intro.
Yeah.
I know he's going to do that. But you know, if that time comes where we're doing, you know, if I'm on the intro, it could be like a featuring me on the intro. Like I'm not weekly, so I wouldn't say I warrant the headline trio, but it could be a featuring.
I agree. I agree. And he does get his solo. He gets his solo spotlight at the end of every podcast. So Romeo has no excuse like he had with me, where he had to go searching to Tru Heel Heat to get a solo spotlight of me because I never go solo on Rated Raw Review. So there you go. We'll work on it.
Hat, by the way, I love the colors.
Even on the birthday, I'm in a giving mood. Thank you, boo. See, even in birthday weekend, gotta be in the giving mood a little bit. You know.
Happy birthday,
it's fair and it's consistent.
Happy early birthday. We appreciate you.
Appreciate you
guys. You're here for another year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, shit. You know, fucking blessed to be here for that. You know, all this shit that we fucking encounter and deal with, and all of this shit that's been happening. Good Lord. Lord.
That's a whole fact.
I had to basically have a fucking pull apart brawl between my two brothers because one is, I mean, not like fist fight, but you know, once they start in this political life, one is far right, one is far left.
Oh,
and I mean far. So neither one hears each other. They're just yelling.
And I think a lot of people are doing that part, is just yelling and not listening to each other and understanding that it's okay to be, you know, have differences. But at the end of the day, all we want is just a great democracy. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, you have people that, you know, don't think that way and just think that their side is just always right.
And it's never going to change. It's never going to change.
You're officially an old human, JJ. You're officially an old human.
I embrace it. Fuck that.
He's like wine, aged like fine wine. Okay.
There we go. Thank you guys for joining us in the chat. We appreciate y'all for joining us live. Appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Show your appreciation back. The simplest way possible is by dropping a thumbs up on this video. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans, family, and friends on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the Tru Heel Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And of course, you can sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you guys, hear your thoughts on what went down in this week in pro wrestling. If you're watching us on demand, you can comment down below and we'll keep the conversation going there. But if you're with us live, you can also show your support in the best way possible, is with a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to the contributors that you see on screen with us here. It's the best way to kind of keep the channel moving and growing, and we always appreciate the support. We got Chuck Berries in the chat sending us a big super chat donation to start off. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries, one of our big supporters in the chat. He says, remember when John Cena appeared at Money in the Bank in 2023 and made its plea for WrestleMania in London? Do any of you believe that this will result in a revolt or backlash from the diehard WWE fans in the UK? No pun intended, by the way. In regards to this, I mean, I'm not surprised that the first WrestleMania outside of the United States is in Saudi Arabia and not London. Do I think there's going to be a revolt or a backlash? No, because like you said, you didn't say the WWE fans in the UK. You said the diehard WWE fans in the UK, which means WWE can do whatever and to whomever they want. They are still going to be fans of WWE. There are just wrestling fans who are just like that. They will live and die with the promotion that they have put their allegiance to because of some weird reason. I don't know, but that's what they do.
There's a small silver lining there.
Which is
This opens the door now for the talk to happen over there because they have taken the leap and have made it a first time outside of the country. So now it's not non-negotiable. It's not off the table now. Yeah. Before, it seemed for the past 41 years, it has seemed to be pretty much off the table.
Mm-hmm.
It is no longer off the table now.
All places to go though for the first one though.
But the thing is with them going to Saudi Arabia
for that shit.
They already got the billion already. The money's already, the check is cleared.
It doesn't mean that they're not going to be back in Saudi Arabia the year after that.
Right. That's like they're going to do back to back, like how they do in Vegas this year. It's like back to back to back, and they're thinking that they're going to get this like whole like shitload of people that are going to fly there. That's what they're like. Their thinking is.
I don't think they think that a lot of people's gonna fly there. To be honest,
I think
a lot of the like this is gonna basically kind of homogenize the WrestleMania week experience, like what we've experienced over the last couple of years with all the independent promotions that are able to go to this one city. No, they're not gonna do. They can do it. Like this is a government basically accepted wrestling promotion coming in and running an event with WWE. Everybody else is not going to be government approved. It's just that's just how it works. So like the independent companies, they're going to have to figure out something over the next couple of months to be like, what are we going to do? Because the collective with like GCW with all the independent promotions, that's like their biggest shows of the year. You got like Stardom and Tokyo Joshi Pro who have been running shows during WrestleMania weekend. It totally changes the landscape of what WrestleMania week is.
Good luck.
And in the UK, they ain't gonna win no bidding war because they're not gonna sit there and try to wreck their economy just to get the show over there.
Correct.
That was the whole thing. That's the whole thing. That's why they haven't put a bid in. They don't want to put up the money that WWE wants them to.
It's the money WWE wants. And now the fact that they have done what they've done, that's basically the benchmark and the fucking bench offer, essentially.
Yeah. But WWE got as many fucking IOUs for WrestleMania as a broke single dad has for his bill collectors. Like, yo, like this shit is wild, bro. Like they announced New Orleans, and now New Orleans is not on the table for not only next year but 2027. So now they gotta wait 2 more years for a WrestleMania. Right. Then you got Indianapolis, that whole contract that they signed with Indianapolis to do a Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, and a SummerSlam there. Then you have Minneapolis, who were promised a WrestleMania, but then got the SummerSlam for next year, but they still probably are still promised a WrestleMania. Then there was a report, I think last year in Nashville, that when the NFL approves a new stadium for them, they'll have a WrestleMania in Nashville, Tennessee. So that's like 4 WrestleManias in potential that they have promised. And they could still go back to Las Vegas or Saudi Arabia because that will make them more money than any of these individual places.
I ain't got nothing to say.
I love it. I love business. I will say, I give them credit.
Do you like business? Do you think this is good business?
I mean, yes. The proof is in the pudding. Like Mark Shapiro, the TKO COO, he said the other day, he was like, he babyfaced Vince McMahon. He was like, Vince McMahon was pricing these shows for families.
None of that is surprising, though. None of that is surprising.
He was undervaluing it. He was like, the prices are. People might say the prices are high right now, but it's only going to get higher. It's
only going to get worse.
we haven't reached our peak because people are still coming. People are still selling out. They're still selling out all these shows. They're still making record profits, still making record ticket sales, record live gates. So why would they stop raising the price? People would have to stop going for them to lower the price, and people are still coming. So fans are doing it to themselves.
Can green shirt guy be in the front in Saudi Arabia? Probably not.
Oh, I did reveal that the green shirt guy, that's comps. Those are comps.
I know he's a comp. He's always there because it's free. But can he be there with all the Saudi people on the front row?
Yeah, it's essentially going to become uncommon for us common folk to go to these shows.
I'm done. I think I'm done with it anyway, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Raw in Brooklyn before WrestleMania that I went to with my brother and my nephew was probably one of the last WWE shows I attend, because I think that was one of the times it was like actually like a fair price, and I'm considering a fair price because it was a pretty good spot. It was like $1,500 and change for 3 seats, so that that's considered on the good price end.
That's a lot.
That's good.
No, but as far. So we were like on the floor, row 7. So it was actually a really, really good spot.
Fine. Right.
But once you start to get one row closer, it's like each row goes up like $300-$400.
That's insane.
per row.
We do have a super chat donation here on screen. We got Chuck Berries. He says, former SmackDown Tag Team Champion, former 2-time NXT North American Champion, current Intercontinental Champion, and now new AAA Mega Campeon. Dirty Dom is creating a nice resume for himself. Jimmy reminded me, but it was just a couple of years ago that people, me included, were saying that Hook was the one who was having the better career and it would have the better future. and now that's complete. I look stupid saying that shit because Dirty Dom, man, he looks like he's gonna be he's gonna be a future world champion, a future WrestleMania headliner.
I mean, the thing is, you spoke like a fan. Like you preferred Hook over Dom, but that's just not how this shit works. It's who they want to book and who they want to put up top, and then how the fans receive them. And then unfortunately, Hook got hurt in the process.
Yeah.
So also took some months away from him. We got another super chat donation here from Volop. Thank you so much, Volop, for the support. He says, we get an Arab money. Yes, indeed, they are. They're gonna make so much money for this show. This show is gonna be ridiculous.
But
it's gonna probably be one of the worst cards we're ever gonna get.
Yep. It's gonna be like WrestleMania 9.
Like the fact that you might get a fucking Rock and Undertaker match.
Terrible. Like what? Like we don't. And it's gonna be 2 nights.
I don't think it's gonna be that. I don't think it's gonna
like
be
that exact match.
I love your optimistic.
So what I'm saying is that those two are probably gonna end up in the ring.
Love the ops. See what I'm saying? Like
I'm just saying. I don't think it's gonna be that.
This is why we rewind tape.
I think they're gonna bring them. They're gonna bring them back. They're gonna bring them back, but mostly they're gonna be facing the current stars. That's what I think.
Thank God. Well,
and the entrances is gonna be the best thing about their matches.
I'm not even gonna say it. Nope.
The entrances will be the best thing about their match.
God bless the man's soul, but
Man, you gotta God bless
because Undertaker ain't turning down no fucking $25-30 million to do one more match.
No, he won't.
And this man looked like Grizzly. He looked like Grizzly Adams, but aged like old Logan. It was crazy. It was crazy when I saw him at that press conference yesterday.
Like
what I was gonna say was we don't have to now
say it with your chest, sis.
Now, since they're paying all of the old men to come, we now have less of a person to come because he's not even alive anymore.
Wow! Damn it! I asked Romeo to upload the disclaimer that Negro Punk. Oh, we do have it. Actually, we do have it
The words
right
and
now.
opinions of Miss Krssi Luv do not necessarily reflect those of Tru Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates. Most of the time she's right, but this isn't one of them.
We can do this all day. We can do this all day. Headache and all.
I think that disclaimer just made like a tenth of Krissi's headache kind of like
It went away for a moment.
All she gotta do is crash out. She'll feel better.
She's had a crash out. She's had a crash out right here. She just needed to get it out.
Bruh. Yo, you know what? Congrats, Krssi. You made it.
I did.
You made it. You got a disclaimer.
I did. Oh my god, I'm like literally like tearing up. This is so great.
I didn't even get a disclaimer for like 5 years of saying ridiculous shit.
Oh man, I've made it to Jimmy McElrain's level. This is amazing. I don't know who's on that same level, but hey.
And you talked about a man when it came crashing down, and it hurt inside.
Just want to thank the little people, you know, who have accepted this in the in the long run.
The little maniacs.
Yep.
Go ahead, Krssi. Go ahead.
What up, bump?
Go ahead. This is your time to shine.
Thank you, Nikki Boy, for making that. That was amazing. Thank you, all the little people. It wouldn't be possible without, you know, one of the, you know, immortal people and, you know, that person. So, you know, thanks, guys. It'll be great. We love you all.
This is amazing. This is amazing time.
And great. Negro Buck was on break. He said it's a slow day at work, so I could see this live. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. This is what we do. We make movies.
I love the part two of it. He's usually right, but this isn't one of them.
She's usually right though.
I like word. It's not even nothing like Jimmy's. It's totally different. Spot on. Good stuff. This is great.
We got Vala with a super chat donation. He says nothing is off the table as long as they get the cheddar. Said they just care about the bottom line. They don't care about what type of feedback.
Are they gonna call Steve Austin too? They're gonna call all the old guys?
Off the. This shit is gonna be off the table because ain't nobody offering the cheddar that they offering.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers over there got an unlimited bank account.
So you wanna go?
Oh man. We got a super chat donation as well from the Negro Buck, Nick Jackson. Thank you so much, Negro Buck, for the support. He says a little something for the pot. Much love, THH fam. Going on my 6th day of work right now. That's for helping me get through.
Well,
sweet emoji.
You know what? That's what you can do when you're a young buck, man.
Exactly. He's working hard. He's a workhorse.
6-day work weeks. Them shits is light when you in your 20s. Enjoy it while you can.
I remember.
Can you imagine like going over there and that it's gonna be hot as like
no
Satan?
Not even thinking. Like it's not even a thought.
You said it's not even, and it's gonna still be in like what's the date they gave you? It was April what? They didn't even give a date.
They didn't announce a date.
No, I don't think they announced the date. They had the date that was scheduled before for New Orleans, so you can assume that's when they're going out there. They just announced the date for Royal Rumble, which I believe is like January 31st. So that's going to be in Saudi Arabia next year. So that's like a preview of what we got in store for us at WrestleMania.
I'm about to say the same thing. So now, what if they had like all of like the big four in Saudi? They're gonna get it.
Yo, imagine they did that in 1 year. That's insane.
It's gonna happen. How much you want to bet? I will bet you it's gonna happen in 1 year.
And then once they're done with the Survivor Series, as soon as like that new year comes around, there's gonna be mass cuts.
Yep.
No, I said it to I think I said it to Jeremy on Fightful Overbook. I was like, yo, the Saudi Prince is the most powerful man in pro wrestling. I thought it was like Triple H or The Rock or Nick Khan. Nah, it's the Saudi Prince.
Triple H.
It's the Saudi Prince. Yeah, he's not powerful
Triple H
at all.
Is the fucking puppet of this.
He's not powerful at all. But all right, real quickly, our Tru Heel roll call, shouting out those who supporting us across social media, like all of you in the chat, all of you watching us on demand, and of course supporting us on our Patreon as well. Our top 3 conversation starters on our Tru Heels group page on Facebook, our Tru Heel Trinity. You got Jermaine Packman, you got Joe Bellini, you got Stewie John Palmer. Our Patreon backers, you got Volup, you got Negro Buck, you got Professor Chris, Trey, Robert, Steve, Ladarius, John Martin, Dolores, James, Allen, Santo, Justin Rich, and Chuck Berries. Thank you so much for supporting us over at patreon.com/Tru Heel Heat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content. It's the best place to support us. We are not live here. We have our new series that's a Patreon exclusive GOAT match series with me and Jimmy Macaram watching back some of the greatest matches of all time and ranking them. So check that out over at patreon.com/Tru Heel Heat. But speaking of GOAT matches, let's talk about our fantasy draft. Fantasy draft is back, baby. We're back. And yes, we're doing it a little bit different. In the past, when we've done our fantasy drafts, we've mostly done wrestlers. So we've done African-American wrestlers. We've done all active wrestlers. We've done, I think we did one with like tag teams as well. We did all female wrestlers at one point as well. This time, we're doing it a little bit different. We're doing matches, and we're doing who's going to come up with the best pay-per-view card, and that is going to be determined by all of you in the chat, you watching on demand. We'll probably put this on the community tab as well, and we'll figure out who you believe has the best pay-per-view card. We're all going to get 10 picks, 2 rounds, and it has to be a match from the 2020s. So any match from January 2020 until
I know he's lying. I could barely remember what happened last week. Are you talking about 5 years ago?
I didn't say like 1990s, 1980s. I said 20.
My head hurts.
It has to be a match from the 2020s.
Your headache back.
Yeah.
You can't use the same competitor on your card twice, because that wouldn't make sense. How would the same most of the time? Well, you know, there are cases that people wrestle twice, but you can't use the same competitor twice on your card. You can only use the same promotion 3 times. So out of your 10 picks, it can only be 3 matches from WWE, 3 matches from AEW, so on and so forth. And that's really kind of the main rules here. I was gonna make it a little bit more difficult, but I know that's already difficult enough. But so I won't make it
more difficult. What's more? What can be any more difficult than that?
The only last rule is you have to have a match from every year of the decade. So you have to have a match from 2020.
Yo, you see how this nigga comes and makes this fucking show?
2022,
and he
have
fucking
to have a match from 2023. I said that's an added bonus. She asked me. I will say it. I was gonna leave that off. It's already too difficult. I said that.
Okay, we can do this. I just gotta figure this shit out. Okay,
this motherfucker made all this shit up, and he prepared for all of this and didn't announce it to anybody except for right now on the chat.
No, I didn't. I announced it to you last night. What are you talking about?
This nigga sent a 2-sentence message.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we are picking matches from the 2020s.
Yeah, so I'm giving you time to come up with a few matches in your head or write it down.
So this nigga couldn't do this shit.
I gave you 12-hour notice.
Don't you know niggas work and sleep in between those 12 hours?
Well, you only need like 7 or 8 hours to sleep, so you got 4 hours to research.
You know, cancel my life for the other 3 to 4 hours and start thinking about these fucking matches. Fuck eating, shower, sleeping, spending time with your person. Fuck all that shit. Let me get these matches in.
Hey, you can complain about it, or you can be a judge. What do you want to do?
No, I'm playing, but like the fuck. The chat is gonna be the judge. Like the fuck.
This guy over here whining and complaining.
Yo,
always.
This nigga straight raw computer GM'd us.
How am Raj Computer J? How am I playing 3D chess? I'm just making it more fun, more interesting to watch.
I think I said the same promotion only 3 times. You can't pick the same competitor twice, even though one nigga's had like 1,000 fucking matches in the 2020s that has been fucking basically taking every match of the year candidate alive.
You're the one that actually made me come up with that one because you were like, yeah, people could have 40 Osprey matches. We could have
Okay, so we're
Osprey
doing
matches on all of our lists.
So we're doing the whole 2020s, not the year 2020.
No, all of the 2020s. That's why our producer didn't add the S at the end of 2020.
All 5.
I'm saying he thought. See, okay, look, Fantasy Draft 2020 matches.
2020.
So like 21,
2020s.
22, 23,
2020s.
24, 25. We got 5 years to go through, right?
I'm about to say, if we all picking all fucking pandemic matches, this shit about to be trash.
Right.
No.
That's what I thought he was talking. That's what I'm like. Okay, see, me and Jay are on the same page because I'm like, what's happening right now? Because I'm like, 5 years ago, that was the whole point.
Why my man trying to lose people?
Yeah. People were trying to
like why would I build a pay-per-view card that's nothing but freaking Performance Center and Thunderdome matches?
Oh, right. That's what that shit said.
Correct.
Hey, I didn't write that shit. So I'm sorry to throw our producer
under the bus. Thanks.
I mean, can anybody name one time that I said 2020? I always said 2020s.
Yo, take some accountability, sir.
Add the S. I add the S at the end. Well, we got a name randomizer here, so we can determine what the order of this draft will be. I will make this bigger so we can actually see it. How is that? Is that better?
Yeah, it's fine. My old eyes can see it. Everybody else.
I know. If JJ's old eyes can see it, then you can see it. All right. So, I mean, I'll do it again because I'm number 1. So I won't also be
organizing this shit and being number 1.
I'll do it one more time. Well, no, I don't want to do that to Josh. Let's do this order. We got Josh at number 1. We got JJ at number 2. Me at number 3. Krssi at number 4. So, Krssi, it's a snake draft. So you get 2 back-to-back picks. So basically, we go in this order, and then we go in reverse, and Krssi starts it off, and then me, and then JJ, Josh, and then Josh gets back-to-back picks, so on and so forth. All right. So we'll do the first 5 picks in round 1. We'll do the second 5 picks in round 2. Let's do it. Josh, you are on the clock. I will set the clock. I will set the timer for you, so you know how much time you have to figure things out and discuss it with your draft team if you have one. All right, you ready? In 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I already got my pick.
All right, so announce it.
Will Ospreay versus Bryan Danielson. Dynasty.
There we go. From AEW Dynasty 2024, Josh picks Will Ospreay versus Bryan Danielson is off the board.
So,
JJ.
Okay. Oh, I had a question.
What happened? No, go ahead.
He picked Will Ospreay. I can't pick Will Ospreay then, correct?
No, he can't pick Will Ospreay again.
I can't. That's his Will Ospreay match.
Okay, so that's his Will Ospreay for this round.
Match. And his Bryan Danielson.
No, for the draft, he can't pick Bryan Danielson or Will Ospreay again. You can only pick a wrestler once. If you use that wrestler once, you can't use another one of their matches, basically.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, no problem. Got it.
All right, JJ. In 3, 2, 1.
All right, since I know I'm never going to come back to these 2, I'm going to knock this out the way right now. I'm going to go Walter versus Ilya Dragunov from TakeOver.
TakeOver, what, the one in 2021?
There was 2 of them, weren't they?
Yes.
Ilya Dragon. Yeah, there's 2. So I'm going to go with 2.
Oh, you're gonna go with the second one in front of Franz?
Yeah.
All right. So that is off the board with this first round pick. With his first pick, JJ picks Gunther versus Ilya Dragunov from TakeOver. I believe this was 36 from 2021.
2021. Yep.
Damn, I already know I'm not winning this game, but whatever. All
right, Krssi.
It's not your turn. I'm last, aren't I?
Oh yeah, it's me. It's me. All right, I'll put my own clock up in 3, 2, 1. With my first pick in the draft, I am picking.
New Japan shit. Watch.
Why you have to steal my thunder? Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega from NJPW Wrestle Kingdom 17.
Love your great picks, friends.
All right, Krssi.
In this whole thing, I'm just setting you, because he's like the encyclopedia of like all fucking matches. It's all in his head. It's like a Rolodex, just rolling back. Just roll. Stop, and then he picks up the card.
Mind you, we're going up against a nigga that can run down the WrestleMania 8 card.
I know.
Couldn't do that. Krssi, you're on the clock.
Thinking of the matches as we speak right now to run it down.
In 3, in 3, 2, 1.
For my first pick, I am picking Hangman versus Swerve Strickland in their, was it the Lights Out match?
Texas Death Match?
That one. There you go.
All right. So with her first pick, Miss Krssi Luv picks Hangman.
I hope you're writing this down, because I'm not writing it down.
I hope our producer is writing it down. I remember everybody's first. I remember everybody's first round pick. Okay, he says I am. I remember everybody's first round pick for the most part. These are good picks. Great picks by everybody, by the way. Krssi Luv with her first pick picked Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Adam Page from Full Gear 2023, the Texas Death Match. Hangman drinking blood. What a match. What a match. All right. So we are now in the second round, or first round 1B. Krssi Luv, you get back-to-back picks. So let me give you the clock. So first round, picks were Josh picked Will Ospreay versus Bryan Danielson from AEW Dynasty 2024. JJ picked Gunther versus Ilya Dragunov from TakeOver 36 in 2021. I picked Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega from Wrestle Kingdom 17 in 2023. And Krssi picked Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Adam Page Texas Death Match from Full Gear 2023. Krssi, you're on the clock. Second pick, go.
For my second pick, second round, right? This is round 2?
Well, second pick.
Oh, second pick for round 1.
Yeah.
Okay. I am picking from this year, Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair versus Io Sky. Wrestlemania.
God damn it. She picked what I wanted. Great pick. Great pick. Miss Krssi Luv, second pick. Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair versus Io Sky, WrestleMania 41. So I am now on the clock once again. Go. For my second pick, I will go with Bryan Danielson versus Swerve Strickland from AEW All in London 2024.
Nice.
All right.
Top guy JJ.
Now we got Top Guy JJ in 3, 2, 1.
All right. So let me see.
I feel like Top Guy JJ got like notes off the screen right now, like the way he's looking down.
I'm trying not to use too many people in one pick.
That's a key. That's a key that I didn't think about too. That's true.
I am gonna go with
matches with that.
I am gonna go with Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay at Forbidden Door.
Ooh,
I like that. Great pick. Great pick. So JJ picks Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay from Forbidden Door 2023.
But the danger in doing that is taking 2 banger match selections away.
That's the risk. That's the risk I took with my first pick. That's the risk.
You either go hard or go home. That's kind of what.
Yeah,
it is,
you got to have that centerpiece. That first pick is very important. Building your match card. You got to think about your card as well. Like you got Dragunov and Gunther. You got Ospreay and Omega. Now you're gonna want to try to pick something different. Like it's all like, yeah, you gotta mix it up a bit. Zoom. To be fair, JJ was the only one who did pick a WWE match. I did notice that most of it was, and I did not pick an AEW match in my first pick. I picked a New Japan match. To be fair, so Josh, you were up second pick in 3,
my second,
2, 1.
Oh, I already got my second pick. It's Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns, WrestleMania 40.
You know what's crazy is that I was on that match. I was literally on that match because it's gonna be hard to pick a Cody and a Roman match on this fucking card.
Yeah.
But that's why there's tricks up the sleeves, cuz. But that was a fucking awesome pick, though. That was a good one. Yeah, that was a good one.
Hey, man, I did my homework last night. As soon as he said that, I was like, you know what? I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to rig this for himself. That's people. Trying to rig it for himself.
I mean, that's
so
what I mean, I said
I'm
that.
Actually gonna read.
He's not fooling
I'm actually going to read.
Attention.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read.
Damn, they saw through my bullshit.
So hold on, wait. I gotta ask a question. I'm asking it because you said you can't use a promotion more than 3 times. Is WWE and NXT considered the exact? So I only got 9.
That's
picks.
All one promotion.
I only got 9 picks.
What do you mean?
WWE, AEW, and New Japan. I gotta be able to pick somebody 4 times.
You gotta do some research in
there. Any other match of the year candidates
from
some other place?
TNA.
Get the fuck out of here!
Right? Come on. See, this is what I'm saying. He is a cheater.
Ring of Honor counts.
I guarantee I ain't picking no TNA match.
Ring of Honor counts.
TNA has some good matches. TNA has some they've had some good matches. You just gotta look for it. That's the thing. Yeah, you just gotta look for it.
I might have seen 2 TNA pay-per-views over the past 5 years.
You know, I ain't never seen them.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, at that point, you on your own, bro.
So I can't pick WWE more than twice or 3 times.
All right. So because you made a good point with WWE and NXT. Some people weirdly think that's 2 different things. You get 3 from WWE.
4.
You get 3 from WWE and you get 1 from NXT.
Just give WWE 4.
So you already used your 1 from NXT. So you have 3 from WWE.
Fuck it. If that's what you want to call it, sure. Yeah. TNA and the Ring of Honor. Say 2005.
I guarantee you I might be picking a Ring of Honor matchup for sure. For sure.
Oh yeah, me too.
This might be one of them. Like, come on, yeah. Like, what are we talking
There's
about?
one I have in mind, but I have one in mind, but I'm pretty sure it's going off the board. So it's like,
okay.
We got. I make beasts says TNA is WWE, sir. To be fair, I'm leaving it wide open to the outliers of WWE. All right, Josh, your third pick. Who you got? Who you got for your third pick?
My third pick, I want to pick a women's match. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to pick the opening match from WrestleMania 41 Night 2, the triple threat match.
Krssi picked that.
Yep.
Oh, she did?
Yep. That was
Oh,
my
you see, I
number
didn't
2.
pay attention. You see, that's my fault.
See how they
So,
disrespect me?
I'll go
You know what I'm
with-
saying? Like, wow.
I'll go
losing
with
time.
Bayley
He's
versus-
losing time, Krssi. This is in your favor.
No, I'll go with Bayley versus Io from night 2, WrestleMania 40.
Good pick. Josh picks with his third pick. Bayley versus Io Sky. All right. Now it's JJ.
That's my
You're
and that's my
up.
second WWE match, by the way. That's my second WWE match. So I have one more.
Okay.
All right.
That's fair.
JJ in 3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna keep this one easy. I'm going with history. I'm going with Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair, WrestleMania 37.
Oh no, I already had
Damn
Bianca,
it.
so I couldn't even pick. I couldn't pick her anyway.
Motherfucker. That was on my short list. That was on my short list. God damn it. All right.
WWE's list is very narrow.
Right.
I do have to pick a WWE match, but I do have to pick something else here. All right. That's on me in 3, 2, 1. So I gotta pick a women's match at this point. I was thinking about one match, but I don't want to use all my cards in that promotion just quite yet. And I haven't picked anything from WWE as of yet. So I will go with my third pick, Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair from WrestleMania 39.
See, that's a nice match too.
Props to the ladies on that run.
Because we
All right,
got to,
Krssi.
man. We got to throw that in there, man. We got to throw that in there.
Exactly. All right, Krssi Luv, you're up. Your third pick. What you got?
My third pick is going to be Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher.
Which one?
The first one.
From Full Gear?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
There's one from Dynamite and there's
I
one
don't want
from
to take
Full Gear.
Chrissy's time. Can
Full
you just
Gear,
pause that? I gotta ask a question. I don't want to take Chrissy's time from asking a question.
I
Go
paused
ahead.
it.
You said this is a snake draft, so it should be going from
Yeah.
top to bottom, bottom to top, top to bottom.
You want
I
me
don't
to
think
put the
that's what-
screens
I don't think
in
that's
the
what
same
happened.
order?
I don't.
You want me to put the
you want top to
screens?
bottom.
You want me to put this? But you want me? Are you asking me to put the screens in the same order that we're going? Because we randomized it. That's what we're going. We're not going in the order of the screens.
I'm
We're
confused.
going in
Who's
the order
going,
of
Josh?
the randomizer.
You, Sydney, me.
But then you went back to back, and then whoever's the top, the last pick goes first in the next round.
Yeah, we did that. We went one round. Then Krssi had back to back. Then I went. Then you went. Then Josh went. Then Josh just went back to back. Then you
all right,
went.
all right,
then
cool,
I
cool,
went.
cool.
Then Krssi.
All right, I
went.
just want to make sure I'm not misreading it. All right, cool.
No.
Full Gear, friends.
Keeping the order. Keeping the order.
Listen,
That's why I'm
I'm
asking.
old-
That's
I
why I'm
told you
asking
I'm
for
an
the
old
producer to write down the matches because I'm trying to
I told y'all I'm an
keep
old
control
human.
of that. All right, Krssi, you're back on the clock. Figure out
yeah,
which match you're talking
I
about.
said Full Gear.
Full
Full
Gear
Gear.
2024. All right, so Miss Krssi Luv with her third pick picks Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher from Full Gear 2024. All right, Krssi Luv, you're back on the clock with your fourth pick in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, my fourth pick. How much time I got? 50 seconds. Okay, fourth pick. Thinking. Thinking. Hold on, I'm coming.
$18 seconds. 10 seconds.
AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe TNA. That would be
That's not in 2020s. That's not in the
It's not?
2020s. No.
Oh, come on, that's not fair.
Oh no.
No, fuck this shit, yo.
Vic, just pick a match. You gotta pick a match. It has to just be in the 2020.
But then I'm gonna be in the wrong.
You did all that research. You took the whole thing just to pick a match that wasn't in the 2020.
Yo, that was too funny, yo. That was too funny.
Y'all are evil. Y'all are
This
evil
is so
people.
bad. I don't. Okay. Okay. So this is from New Japan, right? No, wait. When did Willow go against Mercedes?
They
Not
had
you-
This year, not this
they
year.
had a match,
Yeah,
they had a match
happened.
in AEW last year at
Not
Double or
AEW.
Nothing
This I'm
2024.
that's I did AEW promotions. Didn't they do it in New Japan?
They had the NJPW
There
resurgence
you go.
match where Mercedes broke her ankle.
Broke a leg. There you go. That's that one. I'll pick that one.
What, that match? All right.
What I don't have it.
I guess,
the back
I guess
I had
that's
is
the that's the penalty for running out of time. All right.
Correct.
You get Mercedes Moné versus Willow Nightingale from JPW.
Yeah, yo.
I'm annoyed. I don't want to play this game no more. Can I just be like I'm logging off.
You're exasperated. It's okay. It's okay. You got time. You got time. You get to wait. You get to do some research, figure out what you're gonna get with your next pick. All right. I'm on the clock now. I gotta pick a tag team matchup at this point. I need a tag team matchup for my card. So I am going to pick, since I didn't pick for the women's match, the match that I wanted to pick, I'm not saying it until someone else says it and uses it, or I might use it myself. Who knows? But I will pick FTR versus the Briscoes double dog collar match from Ring of Honor, Final Battle 2022. All right, JJ, you're on the clock now. Go.
That was a solid one.
Thank you.
That was a solid one. I will say that. Let's see. Let's see. All right. I am going to go back to AEW. I am going Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker in the Lights Out match.
That's a good one.
Pick.
Mm-hmm.
Good pick. That was on my short list for the women's matches. Might have still been on my short list if you didn't pick it. But all right, now you're up, Josh. Who you got?
I am going to go with the Young Bucks versus FTR Full Gear, the first matchup they had.
2020. So Josh goes with Young Bucks versus FTR Full Gear 2020. And now, Josh, you get back-to-back picks. Your final pick of the first round. What you got?
This one I gotta actually think about. You said I got a minute, right?
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna use up that minute because I'm just like I'm trying to think. To be honest with you, yeah, there's a lot of. Oof. Let me see how much time I got. 30 seconds, basically. I'd use 2 for. I'm gonna use
It should get
Japan
scuffle
match.
when you lose so many people.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Okada versus Naito, Wrestle Kingdom.
Wrestle Kingdom 2020?
It was
Is that
I believe so. Wait, see?
Wrestle Kingdom 2020?
I did have it. I saw the date for it. Night 2020, January 5th, 2020.
Okay. So
Right before the
Josh got,
pandemic.
with his fifth pick, he got Okada, Naito, Wrestle Kingdom. I'm gonna say 14. All right. So you are good for the round 1 of our fantasy draft here. I'm gonna go with my 5th pick now. So since no one picked it, I might as well go with it now. With my 5th pick, I'm going with Timeless Toni Storm versus Mariah May, the Hollywood ending from AEW Revolution 2025.
Well, that's good.
That's
I didn't have that in mind.
But
Yeah.
I was
But
like, I
that was a good
can't
one.
have 2 women's matches on my AEW list.
That's fair. That's fair. If you only get 3,
In the
you have to.
in the first round, is that what you mean?
What?
Like you can't have 2. You can't have like 2 women matches.
You can pick 3 women's
you
matches.
can pick it. You can pick 10 women's matches.
You can pick 10
just
women's
have to
matches
follow,
if you want.
just have to follow the rules that we put down, which is
That's just
you can't
my
use the same
strategy.
promotion 3 times.
That's just my strategy. My AEW women's pick is the lights out match.
Yeah. All right. So that is I'm all done for round 1. JJ, you're on the clock. Go.
You know what? I'm gonna go to these 2. I'm gonna go super recent because I know I ain't touching these 2 again. I am going Cody Rhodes versus John Cena SummerSlam 2025 Street Fight. 2025 Street Fight.
Great shout. Great shout. Great shout right there. All right, Miss Krssi Luv, your final pick of round 1. Go.
I am picking for my final pick for round 1 because no one touched this. Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest.
Great pick.
That's a good one.
Fucking pick.
That might be one of my favorite WWE matches.
You know, it's funny. I don't like think about that at all.
I know nobody
I was
didn't
like,
think
oh.
about that one.
All right, producer, we need the rundown of everybody's picks. Our first 5 picks for this 2020s draft.
I wrote mine down.
2020s matches. You wrote yours down. All right.
Mhm.
So we got for Josh. Josh has Ospreay versus Danielson, AEW Dynasty 2024. He has Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns, WrestleMania 40. He has Bayley versus Io Sky, WrestleMania 40. He has the Young Bucks versus FTR, Full Gear 2020. And he has Okada versus Naito, Wrestle Kingdom 14. So from that list, you can do 1 more AEW matchup, 1 more WWE matchup, and 2 more New Japan.
Yep.
And then everything else is pretty much open. Then we got JJ. JJ has Gunther versus Dragunov from TakeOver 36. He's got Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay from Forbidden Door 2023. He's got Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair from WrestleMania 37. Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker, the Lights Out match from AEW Dynamite St. Patrick's Day Slam 2021. And Cody Rhodes versus John Cena, SummerSlam 2025. Miss Krssi Luv has Hangman Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland, Full Gear 2023. Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair versus Io Sky, WrestleMania 41. Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher, Full Gear 2024. Willow Nightingale versus Mercedes Moné, NJPW Resurgence 2023. And Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest, Backlash 2023. Then I got
the sand.
You like your picks? You like it?
I like my picks, even if one is is not even was what I was gonna pick, but whatever.
Then you got me. I got Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega, NJPW Wrestle Kingdom 17. I got Bryan Danielson versus Swerve Strickland, AEW All In London 2024. Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair, WrestleMania 39. The FTR versus Briscoes, ROH Final Battle 2022, double dog collar match. And Timeless Toni Storm versus Mariah May, the Hollywood ending Revolution 2025. All right, so you hear the list.
Some great matches. I'll just say those are some great matches. I'll tell you that shit right now. Good job, y'all. That's some great matches.
I'm going to copy and paste this so you can see it in the chat and you can let us know who you think has the best match card so far. Out of all of these, I will say, besides myself, the one who has the best match card to me, I would say it's probably Josh. I like the balance between, the all dream match, Ospreay, Danielson, then the big blow off, Avengers Endgame, Cody versus Roman. Then you got like a low, kind of a more of a like a low key banger next to those two matches with Bayley versus Io. Then you got a great tag team match with the Bucks and FTR with all the tributes to the old tag teams. And then Okada and Naito, a big like Tokyo Dome epic main event. I like that card. That's the card that I like the most. Krssi, which card outside of your own do you like the most?
You guys all have great cards. But
I'm also putting it in the chat if you don't remember. Or it's in our private chat. Okay.
Yes, that's what I'm looking at. I like them all, actually. Maybe JJ's.
JJ's is your favorite?
I think my
JJ, what about you?
I'm not gonna lie. I think on slight edge, I think I do like SP's card. That FTR and Briscoe's match just fucking got me like emotional. So like, you know what I'm saying? So that's because I wanted that match really bad. But and Tony versus Mariah is one of the greatest women's duels of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the obvious, you got Danielson and Swerve, which was a fucking masterpiece. It's almost like Rhea and Charlotte is out of place, but I still like that match compared to all like the other bangers that's on there. But I like SP's card, and Chrissy's probably has two of my favorite matches, period, with Ospreay and Fletcher and Bad Bunny and Damian Priest. Like those are like biased favorites for me.
Two totally different matches too. Love that.
Hell yeah. That's why I love wrestling, bro. Like it's so diverse. Everybody shit, like, the Avengers match is the fucking shit. You like that, Bucks and FTR, like, but yeah, so all these match cards I think it's literally just subjective to your memory when you look at these match cards, because they're all really good. It's really just memory subjective. Like, you can't pick any one of these four cards and be like, oh, you're wrong.
Yeah. And just to break it down, because I did it for Josh, JJ has one more WWE match to use. He's got two more from AEW, and he hasn't used any from New Japan. Then you got Krssi, only has one more AEW to use, two more New Japan, and one more from WWE. And I have two more from New Japan. I can do one more from AEW, and I still haven't used any from WWE. Oh, look at that. That was not on purpose, guys. I promise. But let's talk about, let's get into what we missed. Let's get into what we missed and talk about last night's WWE SmackDown. The show took place from Norfolk, Virginia, and they actually had a pretty big show on tap with Brock Lesnar speaking for the first time since his return at SummerSlam. But he was interrupted by not R-Truth, but the brother of John Cena, Ron Cena, who was looking to stand up for his big brother.
Jesus Christ.
Lesnar fumbled over his lines and trying to figure out who Truth was before eventually delivering an F5 to Truth to lay him out. Of course, Brock Lesnar is getting ready as he will go one-on-one with John Cena next Saturday in Indianapolis, Indiana at WWE Wrestlepalooza. Meanwhile, the man who faced John Cena last week, Sami Zayn, had his second week of his United States Championship Open Challenge against Rey Fenix. Zayn went on to defeat Phoenix in an excellent opener that had to be one of the best SmackDown matches of the year so far. Definitely the best singles match on SmackDown this year so far. You also had later in the show, Sami Zayn found out who was the next person who will step up for the U.S. Open Challenge, as Carmelo Hayes issued the challenge, and he will be facing Sami Zayn next week on the show. Meanwhile, in more title action, you had Tiffany Stratton going up against Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship in what was by far a much better match than what they were able to give us at SummerSlam. But the match went to a double countout as both women fought on the outside and Jade tackled Tiffy into the barricade. Post-match, you get Nia Jax coming out. She comes out and attacks both women, laying out both Tiffy and Jade to stand tall. And then finally, you had Drew McIntyre beat Randy Orton in a decent main event. These two men, the former champions, former rivals, Orton getting busted open by a Claymore in this damn matchup after Drew worked over his leg for most of the matchup and then caught him with the second Claymore to pick up the victory. Post-match, Drew went to further attack Orton until Cody Rhodes made his return to make the save and get his hands on Drew for the first time since his initial attack a month ago. After that, though, Rhodes got on the mic and said that he will see McIntyre in a fight at Wrestlepalooza next Saturday in Indianapolis, Indiana. So it is on. Cody Rhodes is back. He will be defending the undisputed WWE Championship against Drew McIntyre in what should be one of the bigger matches coming up next Saturday, September 20th. Miss Krssi Luv, any thoughts on last night's SmackDown and Brock Lesnar messing up in his first promo back? I thought that was funny.
This is what you get when you bring someone out of retirement that shouldn't even be there. But, you know, whatever. Just saying, if we have to deal with it. This is nothing new. It's not the first time if Brock's messed up his line. So are we even surprised? Not really. And for all people to make you mess it up is our truth.
He was laughing too much, I guess.
That's the problem. That's the problem. So, but anywho, not a bad SmackDown. It's SmackDown, so it's been better than the other week.
Yeah. SmackDown's been good the last 2 weeks to me.
Yeah, it's been better.
Hasn't been awful. It's been awful most of this year. It's been good the last 2 weeks, and I'll take that.
Yeah.
JJ,
yeah.
Any thoughts on SmackDown last night?
It was watchable this week.
Yeah.
It was watchable. That's an upgrade. It's a massive upgrade. Yeah, Tiffany and Jade, it's still a lot of work to be done, but progress was made. So I think they really need to start thinking about their ring attires because there's too many accidents happening with their ring attires. Too many accidents, and then this shit's just flooding social media. Like,
the girls came out,
yeah, but the other girls, lower extremities.
Whoa, I didn't see that. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, they're playing too dangerous, way too dangerous. But on that note, but it was a much better match. Yeah, Randy and Drew, you're there for the nostalgia of Randy Orton. His matches are all going to be the same.
This was on the good end. The good end of Orton.
It's good to see. It's good to see. It's good seeing Cody back. Cody is a much needed ingredient for that show, so it was really, really good to have him back. Show was solid, and I ain't too mad about it. And the other segment that people seem to be talking about, the John Cena and Ray Phoenix. John Cena Open Invitational held by Sami Zayn. That shit was excellent with Ray Phoenix. Yeah. So that was a really good match, and I hope that Sami Zayn keeps the John Cena Invitational alive.
He said that last week against Cena. Cena was the first person who accepted the challenge, and now he's going to be doing it. He said every week. So, and
the other segment that people's talking about, I could care less about.
What's that? What other segment are they talking about?
Oh, the Brock one.
The Ron Cena one.
Oh, okay. Fair. Not much to talk about outside of them fumbling over their lines. Josh, any thoughts on last night's SmackDown?
I felt it was okay. It's just, Brock, that promo was fucking god awful. There's a reason why Paul Heyman was with him for a long time, and he still don't know how to cut a promo. He's been in the wrestling industry for what, almost 20 years, and you still don't know how to cut a promo. 25 years, and you still don't know how to cut a promo and remember lines. And I mean, I get it. He doesn't give a shit about a lot of things, but goddamn, like if you're getting paid for something, at least be fucking at it. That's all I really got to say about that.
He like you said, he doesn't care.
He don't give.
Yeah, I'm saying he doesn't. I mean, he's never cared, to be honest with you. He cares about the money. He cares about getting paid. And that's his right. He's never really loved the wrestling business. He likes getting paid from the wrestling business, but he doesn't love the business.
Look, I ain't as long as they're giving him the check and he's going out there, I ain't mad.
And he ripped his pants.
like SpongeBob, like that SpongeBob episode.
And social in these Instagram and Facebook pages, man, they know you like wrestling, so they just throw any sponsored wrestling pages on your feed if you know anything about social media. Yeah. So shit that I don't even follow all of a sudden appears on feeds.
It's usually how it works. Yeah, that Sammy and Phoenix matchup was fantastic. Those two guys worked really well together, and I wouldn't mind if Sammy feels like the right person who can recapture the magic of the U.S. Open Challenge. People tend to forget that Seth Rollins also tried to do this, but it didn't work out so well.
I need Dragon Lee to accept one of those challenges because he needs some spotlight.
Wouldn't mind that either. We got Vala with the super chat donation. Thank you so much, Vala, for the support. He says Brock was gassed after that F5. Also, he tore his pants. So my headcanon is that he ripped one so fat it tore his pants. Yes, I'm that petty. Appreciate you for that. For that foresight. There you go. Then you get well, we got to talk about the news that's in the headline here. We got watching stuff who says JJ copping please.
I don't need to cop a plea. What the fuck? I'm an old human. I can do and go anywhere the fuck I want. But if something pops up on a news feed, that's what the fuck pops up on a news feed. Articles, stupid ass fucking slippages and shit like that. Like, I don't source that shit. That's way below anything that I would source. Like, that's just retarded. And I know you don't use that word no more, but fuck it. In this case, I'm using it.
Well, let's talk about the big news of the week, which is WrestleMania heading to Saudi Arabia. It was earlier in the week. WrestleMania is reportedly set to take place in Saudi Arabia in 2027. Came out as a big news item and headline. PW Insider reported that a press release was issued on Wednesday announcing that WrestleMania 43 would be held in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The release was apparently sent out earlier than intended and has been since pulled back. However, the outlet has confirmed that the story is legitimate and that an announcement was coming. This would have made the first time that WrestleMania has taken place outside of North America. Saudi Arabia has a major deal with WWE and is set to host the 2026 Royal Rumble. A new report had additional details on WrestleMania heading to Saudi Arabia. Fightful Select reports that the announcement was initially made not only by press release, but in a Snapchat video with Turki Al-Ashaki, an advisor to the Saudi royal family. The site reports that Al-Ashaki said WrestleMania has been announced for the first time outside of America. WrestleMania in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia 2027. WWE had yet to officially respond to requests for comment as of Thursday. One higher up in the company suggested that it was true without outright confirming, saying when there's smoke, there's fire, suggesting that Triple H's comments on the Pat McAfee show about inspiring change in the company may have been a preface for the announcement. Regarding the press release, it was not received by a number of outlets, but Fightful Select notes that it was in Arabic and didn't go out to English-speaking outlets. Sources stated that there's an announcement planned for this week, specifically for Friday in Las Vegas. TKO is currently promoting Terrence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez in Las Vegas, which is sponsored by Riyadh Season. The sources close to the matter say that they expect 3 events next year in Saudi Arabia between the Royal Rumble and events in May and November. As has been previously noted, it's not clear if this announcement will affect that. Saudi officials have wanted a WrestleMania in the country since the start of their relationship with the company and have been clear about that. The report adds that there is a belief internally at WWE that the company trying to establish Wrestlepalooza as an important brand was a way to help expand major global events and get more site fees, creating events that potentially hosts are willing to bid on. PW Insider Elite has an update on the recent development for the Signature Premium Live event. According to the report, that the deal for WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia is complete, and WWE sources expect an announcement to be made in the next 24 hours. This was as of Thursday. Yesterday's announcement was reportedly made as an error. It's unknown why the error was made, but it's noted that WWE was not involved in the error being made. Additionally, PW Insider reports that this will be the genuine WrestleMania and not an offshoot similar to the Greatest Royal Rumble. WWE is bringing the signature Royal Rumble event to Saudi Arabia for the first time in January 2026. WrestleMania 42 is currently scheduled for Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas on April 18th and 19th, 2026. The reason I say currently scheduled is because they were scheduled for New Orleans before that was changed. It will be the first time WrestleMania has been held in the same venue in back-to-back years since 1989 with WrestleMania 5. Indianapolis, Indiana, New Orleans, Louisiana have both reportedly been promised a WrestleMania in the future. WrestleMania 42 was originally announced for New Orleans before it was moved to Las Vegas instead. It's unknown which cities are the frontrunners for WrestleMania 44 in 2028. And then on Friday, it was made official with a special announcement video on WWE's YouTube. WrestleMania 43 is headed to Saudi Arabia. WWE announced the news during a live stream on Friday from Las Vegas that their biggest event of the year will take place in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in 2027. Joe Tessitore opened the live stream that aired on Friday, which featured appearances by Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Stephanie Vaquer, Logan Paul, and Seth freaking Rollins. Triple H then came out and recounted WrestleMania's history a bit from its start in 1985 at Madison Square Garden to a global phenomenon, bringing people together from across the globe. He noted that WrestleMania is seen in over 200 countries and live in the United States on ESPN, as well as live overseas on Netflix. After reiterating that WrestleMania will be live in Las Vegas next year, Triple H talked about WWE's partnership with Saudi Arabia, introduced chairman of the General Entertainment Authority, Turki Alashiki, and then announced that WrestleMania 43 will be held outside of the US and Canada for the first time in Saudi Arabia, part of the Riyadh season in 2027. The announcement, which lasted about 20 minutes, only included brief comments from Undertaker, Bianca Belair, Triple H, and Alashaki. Did not state what city in Saudi Arabia the show will take place in, nor the specific dates. The event was not open to the press. WWE issued a press release after the event, which repeated the above information and included a statement from Alashaki, who said, WrestleMania is already the biggest date on the wrestling calendar, and this announcement marks a significant moment in our partnership with WWE. We deeply respect the legacy of WrestleMania and the global prestige it holds among wrestling fans around the world. As part of Riyadh season in 2027, our vision is to elevate this iconic event to unprecedented heights and deliver a WrestleMania unlike anything the world has ever seen. Triple H was also quoted in the press release as saying he, Turki Alashiki, and the GEA have made a massive impact in the world of sports and entertainment. They have been phenomenal partners to WWE, and we look forward to working with them to bring WrestleMania 43 to new heights. PW Insider had further additional news and notes on the show. WWE is reportedly getting mind-blowing amount of money to host WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia. The rumors that WWE considered splitting WrestleMania 43 between Saudi Arabia and Nashville never had any truth to them. John Big Kerbrook, who is WWE's liaison to Saudi Arabia, played a big role in the deal coming together. No official date has been made for Mania 43, and the belief is that during WrestleMania week, Raw, SmackDown, the Hall of Fame ceremony will all take place in Riyadh, though it is unknown if this includes the NXT's event for the weekend as well. But JJ, you're joining us this week. What did you think? What was your reaction to the news that WWE is bringing WrestleMania to Saudi Arabia, and what do you think about all these news and notes of how this all came together with the country and WWE?
Inevitable. Unfortunately, inevitable. What was more telling is how miserable everybody looked at that press conference. Like, they all looked like they were about to serve a sentence. Like, they all of them looked like they were about to serve a sentence. Like, they just did not. Like, it was the most I have to be here looking press conference that I've seen in a long time. Like, the only one, and she tried, but she couldn't hide it either. Even the beautiful Liv Morgan looked like she just had a smile for these motherfuckers. Like, I'm here. Yeah, we're coming here. And they're going to have to spend like an entire like week or so there. This is different than them just hosting a show and they got to fly there. They got to host WrestleMania week there.
And you know, those girls got to be fully dressed.
2 weeks. They might have to live there for a little while. So that reality hasn't set into them yet, that they are going to have to be there for a while. So, yeah, actually, the reality probably did set in because all of their expressions knew what WrestleMania week happens, what happens when they got to go there. So, yeah, the misery came very quickly. And mind you, it's a year and a half away, and they're like, motherfucker.
The fuck? Yep.
It's a year and a half away, and they're like, man, this motherfucking money, man. This motherfucking money got me doing some strange things. Because this was the least excitement I've seen from any WrestleMania press conference in my lifetime. I've never seen a WrestleMania press conference in my 42 years of existence that looked like that. that shit just looked like a job to do. As far as reports, I don't believe anybody was close as far as bidding. I don't think anybody would have been close. Memphis would have probably tried, but I'm pretty sure all of their bank, and I don't think the thing that they're going to want to do is host a WrestleMania before their Tennessee Titans plays in that stadium. So I don't think that was going to happen. So at all. I think the first thing that is going to happen in that new stadium in Nashville will be the Tennessee Titans playing football in it. Like, I don't think anything prior to that is important to that city. So they might have inquired about it, but as far as the amount of money they would have had to put out just to have them come there, they're like, nah, they're already building a $1 billion+ stadium. So why are we about to shell out another few billion? And it's not even guaranteed we're going to get all of that back. Like, so yeah, I don't think that, and they would have had to outbid Saudi, right? They would have had, fuck out of here. That shit wasn't happening. It's a common folk town, and that they're like, they're not like a big giant market like New York, Los Angeles, Vegas, like that, like Texas. Like they weren't gonna put out that kind of money to outbid fucking Saudi. Like, so I don't believe any of that, to be honest with you. So, only thing I would is inevitable. Inevitable shit was gonna happen. Unfortunately, like, I'm gonna say God willing that we're gonna actually live to see WrestleMania there. Like, this shit is probably gonna be with us for the rest of the time we watch wrestling. They're gonna be a part of this company forever now. And all that's gonna come back from that trip is higher US prices. Good shit, y'all.
You enjoyed the show. Did you enjoy the show? Did you enjoy the show? All part of the show. Krssi, what is your reaction to Saudi Arabia getting WrestleMania 43 and what this does mean for the future of WWE?
The future of WWE means that they only care about money. They don't really care about much thing else. That ship has sailed, and all they care about is wow factors and how much money they can make off people. That's the sad part, as us wrestling fans love wrestling and we love a product, but unfortunately they don't love the fans enough to like give them the best things that seems fit. The future of this thing, they're probably going to be there again. They're going to have a whole year with all the big fours. I guarantee you. Back to back, Royal Rumbles, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. Yeah. Which is now War Games, but whatever. But it will be a whole year of them being in the Sheik's ass kissing face, and taking whatever the Sheik tells them to do, because he's the real one that's in charge. He says, "Sing. How high do you want me to sing? You want me to jump? Sure. How high do you want me to jump? And how many wrestlers should I bring with me to jump?"
Word.
The Saudi Prince is the most important guy in all of combat sports, because he's the guy that UFC is making all this money off of. That the Canelo Alvarez matchup that's happening in Las Vegas is promoted by Riyadh season. They're paying for that show. So he got all the money in the world to sports wash his country and control all these combat sports right now. Especially where they're politically aligned as well. Josh, what was your thoughts on Saudi Arabia getting WrestleMania 43, and what do you think about the ongoing IOUs that WWE is having to multiple places in regards to future WrestleManias?
Well, I mean, it was bound to happen. Going to Saudi, it was bound to happen, and I think it was bound to happen the moment they even agreed to that 10-year deal to begin with. There's a lot of money on the table that's, that they could throw any way possible that it's going to be hard to compete with. And, you know, that's exactly what they did. You know, so the fact that they're even announcing it now and this event is not even until 2027 goes to show you what they stand on when it comes to their partnership. They're going to choose Saudi first. They don't care what the perception of fans feel, because, you know, when the money talks, that's going to talk more than how we would feel about it. In regards to like all the IOUs, I mean, at this point, it's just more, it's hilarious. I mean, I don't think those events are going to happen there. Like, you know,
What event?
Indianapolis. I don't see Indianapolis shelling out the money.
They already paid. They already paid
the deal. That's happening.
They inked the deal. That was that deal that they signed with Indianapolis before Royal Rumble this year.
WWE is probably regretting it now, but
yeah,
well, I mean,
they already signed. They already paid.
No, but the thing is that they signed, but then it's like I'm pretty sure there's some bullshit behind that. I just don't 100%.
I can see there being a clause, but they are owed in WrestleMania.
No, they are old, but they are old. But then it's the same way that New Orleans, you agreed to do a show in New Orleans, and then all of a sudden they pulled it. We're not going to do it.
The difference between New Orleans and Indianapolis is there was nothing signed with New Orleans. They just announced it before anything was signed, like dumbass.
I mean that's still shitty. You announced it, you had graphics and everything, and then you don't do the show.
You take it away. Yeah, you take it away.
You know? So it's like, you know, at this point, I just think a lot of these shows that are supposedly old, I just don't see it happening now, because, you know, we already seen one city get pulled, and then now it's going back to Vegas. So this is a new age. This is a new age with WWE, because it's ran by TKO. TKO is going to put the money first, no matter what. And I think that the more fans realize that, you know, it's either accept it or you take a stand and stop going to shows. The more that you go to shows, the more that you're going to justify it. You're going to justify the bullshit that they're doing. That's the problem these days. It's like that clip or that fan that spoke to Nick Khan about higher ticket prices, right? It's funny that he said that to Nick Khan, but then, you know what a lot of people are not pointing out is that you sat there and you're telling Nick Khan, oh yeah, you know, I love the product. I love what your guys are doing. Guess what? By you saying that, you're justifying what they're doing, because it's like, all right, they're doing what we're doing. All right. So that means the ticket prices, they're not too bad. So we're going to keep raising it up because you're going to show up anyway, because you're loving what we do. That's how you're going to justify it. But the fact that, you know, as long as they keep making money, as long as they're going to do it. And I think that it's getting to a point that, yeah, I'm seeing more frustration, at least this year alone, with fans. But then it's like you're still going to the shows and they're still making these profits that is like, you're not really setting an example of what not to do. What you don't do and you want them to change is stop going to shows and stop giving them your money. You know, like for me personally, WrestleMania, like this thing doesn't affect me personally as a fan. And the reason why is because the very last time I spent money on a WWE ticket was in 2017. The last live event I went to for WWE, which was a SmackDown, was in 2018. So this has no effect on me when it comes to what I do with WWE or, oh, these ticket prices affect me. It hasn't affected me for fucking 8 years. So I could give it less shit about that, because I just don't go to the shows. I don't go to WWE shows because I kind of know what I'm getting. And what I'm getting is something that I'm like, it's not really worth it. It's not really worth the price that I'm paying, you know? And then now it's like we're getting a lot of mid shows. You're paying $300-$400 for like really bad seats. Is it really worth it at this point? Is it really worth it? No. But when they're going to these places and, you know, they're bragging about, oh, we set record profits, we set record gates, we set record attendance. None of that shit matters because they're gonna see the top dollar. And this move to Saudi, that's all it is. And, you know, I can understand people are frustrated, and, you know, the fact that I think this dude, Joe Tessitore and Undertaker, they were trying to encourage fans to travel to Saudi for the show. Are you out of your fucking mind? They're not going to do that. You're out of your fucking mind. Like,
doing what they told.
You know, and I mean, there's people who are going to try to do it. There are people who are going to try to do it. I mean, good luck to them and God bless.
There's people who do it for fucking Crown Jewel. You think they're not going to do it for WrestleMania?
Exactly. And I'm saying, yeah, they already do that. So it's like, that's in that aspect, it's not going to change, but it's gonna take a big hit on like a lot of people that we know, like media and, you know, a lot of, like you said, independent shows, because all those independent shows ain't happening that year. So I think they should find something else.
It's not happening in Saudi Arabia.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's not going to happen there. So I think they should find another alternative. Go somewhere within the states, do something that you can still draw people, and you have to do something for fans to give a shit, for them to travel and for them to do it. Because the collective, they did do that one year where they were like, you know what, let's try it in Indianapolis, and it was actually very successful. And that was not WrestleMania. That was because of the pandemic. This was post-pandemic, where they were like, all right, let's see what we could do. Mm-hmm. And those shows were actually pretty successful. So, they could try to do something like that. But, obviously there's a lot of stuff that, it goes out the window. Like WrestleCon, that goes out the window. They're not going to Saudi. So, I mean, it changes a lot. It changes a lot on that aspect. But at the end of the day, they're making so much money. They're putting in, they're getting so much money back that it's like, it's not going to matter how we feel at the end of the day. They're going to just put the top dollar first, which they've always done. Even we could say what we want about Vince. Yeah, he was doing this, but Vince was doing stuff for business. He was making money. That Saudi deal happened when Vince was there. So I mean, it's one of those things where I think now people are saying like, oh, maybe it wasn't so bad when Vince was, when Vince was here. At the end of the day, I mean, people wanted Vince gone. This is what we're getting now. So
just sucks
because a lot of these people learn from Vince. That's why.
It just sucks because you ain't getting none of that. You ain't getting none of them festivities for WrestleMania that year. Like you're not getting Wale Mania is not happening. You're not getting the barbecue shows. You're not getting those.
Well, Wale Mania was going to stop anyway. Like the Wale Mania is not happening again because WWE tried to put too much of their examples,
more of just like those things.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Centered around the event, like you was mentioning, like everything that's
and there's people that I know
strategic on there, and it's probably what they want to do. They want to fucking take all the money, have all the extracurricular activities, nothing that is not involved in WWE.
Correct.
Now you're gonna end up getting. Like everything you have to do that week is all centered around WWE.
Yep. They don't want anyone else to get any money but them. So what you do, you force it and you have it out of this country. And you have it in a country where you really can't
not
do
just
much
out of the country.
Correct. Not just out of the country. You have it in a whole different place where there's so much rules and like people are like, forget it. I don't even want to try to. No one's not even going to even attempt to go over there.
Yeah, it's the monopoly. It's the monopoly that WWE always wants. And there's further news coming out of WrestleMania going to Saudi Arabia.
Record profits that year too.
Of course. Fightful Select had a new report running down the relevant news coming out of the announcement. The report notes that WWE staff had been prepped for the announcement over the course of the week, though most were not explicitly told what the announcement was. WWE brought in several wrestlers to participate in Media Row on Thursday for the Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford fight that TKO is promoting, though most of them did not speak at at the WrestleMania announcement, which as previously noted was not open to the public or to the press. As noted, a press release in Arabic was released in Saudi Arabia on Wednesday, but was pulled. Some in WWE wished that Turki Al-Shiki hadn't tipped off that announcement, and some thought that it would have been intentional to kick off the buzz for the announcement, though it's important to say that that is no confirmation, and that's the case that Al-Shiki said during the announcement that someone from his office mistakenly sent it out. It was reported in Friday's Wrestling Observer newsletter that The Rock and Steve Austin were being sought for the show. A higher up that told Fightful Select that any talk about who will or won't be at the show is hypothetical right now, and said that the news of Rock reportedly being paid more than any pro wrestler for an event was something that hadn't been discussed, much less negotiated, although it's a fair assumption that he would be if he appears. Austin and Rock have not yet approached for potential matches that are a year and a half away. Most WWE talent are not given bonuses for working Saudi shows, and additional money is now worked into deals as part of their contracts. WWE had 3 2026 dates planned in Saudi Arabia a few months ago and one in 2027. There's no word on whether that has changed, and those working on the events have not been given a firm date for the show, which will depend on the venue plan that will start to be put together soon. One source speculated that the venue could be a custom structure due to WrestleMania size. There had been talk earlier in 2025 about WWE trying to WrestleMania branded events in Saudi Arabia and still hold a WrestleMania show in North America, but sources connected to the show say that the Saudi government made it clear that they wanted an actual WrestleMania. As has been noted, WWE sources has suggested that this is why WWE is going heavy into promoting Wrestlepalooza as a big deal right out the gate, something they will be doing forward. Wrestlers have said that the Saudi Arabia trips largely feel safe to work at this point, a change from their concerns after the infamous 2019 incident where their plane was not allowed to take off for. Further news in regards to Stone Cold and The Rock. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Saudi Arabia is reportedly pushing for a main event of The Rock against Cody Rhodes or Roman Reigns for WrestleMania 43 in 2027. Sources for the General Entertainment Authority confirmed that the show is official. Negotiations for The Rock are said to be advancing and close to being done. WWE has yet to confirm any of this. The final payment for WrestleMania will likely hinge on getting Rock in the main event. As for the Great One himself, it's believed that his payday will be much larger than any wrestler has ever earned for an event. According to a source, I can't share with you the exact number, but WWE asks for a higher number than 100 million as the show will feature The Rock. If the agreement is reached, it will be a packed megastar show as the General Entertainment Authority requested. Rock recently lost a lot of weight for a movie role, so he'd presumably have to bulk up again for a potential WWE return. He has not appeared on WWE TV since Elimination Chamber Toronto. During that time, Meltzer notes that The Rock wanted Cody to turn heel and align with him against John Cena, but WWE obviously opted to turn John Cena heel and keep Cody Rhodes babyface. Interestingly enough, the Wrestling Observer newsletter is also reporting that the General Entertainment Authority reportedly wants Steve Austin to wrestle a match on WrestleMania 43 as well. The country wants Mania 43 to be the most star-packed wrestling show in history. Saudi Arabia was told by WWE or Austin that he only wants to work a match if he is healthy enough to do it. Austin was happy with his last match, which was against Kevin Owens at WrestleMania 38. He then turned down an opportunity to get involved with The Rock at WrestleMania 40, as he was first asked to do the role that the Undertaker ended up doing. Austin would be 62 years old at the time of WrestleMania 43. So, what do y'all think? We'll put the percentage on it. 0 to 100. We'll start with The Rock. 0 to 100 that The Rock will wrestle at WrestleMania 43. Krssi.
78%.
All right. JJ.
If it's The Rock negotiating a deal, I'm gonna go 100%. Because he's going to fucking solidify a bag big enough to clear his schedule.
I mean, fair. He gonna make sure he get his money. He don't give.
He gonna make sure he gets enough money that he doesn't have to fulfill any movie obligations or anything like that. He could be all in with WWE. He will probably be the highest paid person performing at that show if he's there.
Yeah, that's what the report said. Like, he's gonna get paid more than any wrestler has ever made for an event ever.
Yep. So I would say 100%.
Josh?
I'm going to say 99%. Because of that 1% could be because that 1% could be, hey Dwayne, you gotta do a reshoot for a movie. That's the only thing that will stop him. 99%. Because it's always been about money with Dwayne, so it's no different.
I'll go in the middle of you and JJ and say 90%. I think that is very likely The Rock will perform at WrestleMania 43, and it's probably what he's been saving up for. He probably knew about WrestleMania 43 even before Triple H, and that's why he hasn't been wanting to wrestle over the last 2 WrestleManias. Then Stone Cold Steve Austin, 0 to 100 likelihood of him wrestling at WrestleMania 43. Josh.
I'm gonna give it a good 30%. Because with Stone Cold, it's a different animal when it comes to him. He's been very open of how he feels and how he wants to be used. He was put in a prime position to face Roman Reigns, and he turned it down. So it kind of goes to show you how he feels when it comes to either how he's being used and his health. In regards to money, I'm saying 30% because I mean, if they're offering you so much money on the table, I mean, that's gonna be a hard pass. But we've seen with Austin that, you know, health wise comes first, situation comes first. If it makes sense, it comes first. So, you know, it's still 30%. I think is pretty high for what Austin is.
Yeah. JJ.
For Austin, I'm gonna say 25%. It's got to be the right time, right feel, mood. If he wants to, because it ain't about the bag for Austin. It's just if he wants to do it or not.
Yep.
Austin's good. He's living in peace. He's living in a ranch. He's fine. He could care less about that shit.
Krssi?
I'm gonna be like JJ. He said 25. I'll do 20 because he cares about himself more than, you know, doing anything about money. He was like, if he's healthy enough and he wants to do it, yeah. So I'm going 20%.
That's probably even closer. He did 38 because it was in his home state.
Right.
I'll be the low man and I'll say 15%. 62 years old. That might be too old.
Too old,
back
yeah.
to one more match.
62. He doesn't even look 62. That's crazy.
He doesn't.
No, he'll be 62 by WrestleMania 43.
Oh, so now he's like 60. Oof. He don't look 60 either. That's why I'm like, yo.
No, he don't.
He look pretty good. Yo.
WWE Monday Night Raw this week. Last week's show did 2.4 million viewers. You had this week's show. The show featured the Usos kicking off the program with the Visions, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed interrupting, leading to a tag team match being made official for Wrestlepalooza next Saturday. Then you had LA Knight. Yeah, he attacked the Braun Stars from behind. That led to a huge brawl breaking out with everyone that saw Knight and Jey Uso have some miscommunication, leading to them nearly coming to blows with one another, but really caused a real shift in the attitude of Jey Uso throughout the rest of the show. Later on, we would see backstage, Jey said that he was leaving after this interaction with Knight, but Jimmy tried to stop him until Jey told him that they should make everyone acknowledge them or smash him, which Jay said Jimmy saying that Jey sounded a lot like Roman. In the main event, it was Bronson Reed who picked up a win over LA Knight in a good main event. Post-match, the Vision jumped Knight until Jimmy Uso came down to make the save, and eventually Jey Uso came down as well. The numbers got the better of the Uso. It looked like the Vision was going to put them down before LA Knight made the save for them using a steel chair. Unfortunately, Jey Uso did not forget about the interaction earlier in the night. Just when it looked like the baby faces were standing tall all together, Jey speared Knight to the confusion of Jimmy as we close the show. AJ Styles beat El Grande Americano in a fine opener, thanks to an assist from Dragon Lee, who helped him fight off the Dos and Tres Americanos who tried to interfere during the matchup. You also had Raquel Rodriguez. She picked up a win over Lyra Valkyria in a solid bout. You also had Rusev beat Penta thanks to a distraction from the New Day and Grayson Waller. Asuka picked up a win over Nikki Bella in singles action after an interaction backstage following their beef from the week prior with Nikki Bella trying to talk to Io Sky. Then backstage later on in the night, you had Asuka get into Nikki's face until Rhea Ripley stepped up to have her back, leading to another confrontation with the Empress of Tomorrow. So it looks like we're going to get an Asuka versus Rhea Ripley showdown sometime very soon. But in the main part of this show, you had AJ Lee speaking for the first time since her return last Friday on SmackDown. She got very candid about her career, her journey, her struggles with mental health, going into therapy, and what was a great promo that even had the fans chanting for therapy in 2025 at a wrestling event, which is saying something. This brought out Becky Lynch, who was irate that AJ stole her WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship and wore it to the ring. After trying and failing to get the title back, Becky brought out her husband, Seth Rollins, who tried to get the title only to fail when AJ got in his way. And then her husband, CM Punk, came out to try to deliver a GTS to Seth. AJ offered to give the title back if Seth and Becky accepted their tag team match challenge for Wrestlepalooza next Saturday, which Rollins, after getting very upset, eventually accepted to the dismay of Becky Lynch. Krssi Luv, what did you think about this week's Monday Night Raw, and most especially the segment with AJ Lee, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Becky Lynch?
It was great. I thought they probably would have prolonged it for one more week, but hey, rush it, sure, do it, get it over with, right? But I loved it. I was here for it. I love that how Becky didn't want no parts of it, but then Seth had to be the one that go in there and like accept it for them, and Becky was like, "What are you doing? Like, what? We don't have to do this. Like we're the champs. We don't have to be doing matches with these people. Like, we don't need." So I liked it. I loved AJ Lee come back. What a comeback for her this week. Just like being raw and real, and just like giving her she didn't have to like let people know what she had went through, but she did, and it's good for her. Good raw.
Inspiring others. Others.
Get therapy. The crowd saying go to therapy.
It's right. Therapy. I love Becky using it against her, being, I'm gonna need therapy after this. That was great. Becky Lynch was amazing.
Yeah.
Josh, what did you think about Monday Night Raw this week?
I mean, Raw wasn't bad. It was good to see AJ Lee. Her promo wasn't bad. At least because it was more of like a realistic kind of situation.
Right.
because she has talked about mental health, and she does actually talk about it in her book as well. There's a book that she wrote post WWE. So it was cool to see that. As far as like how the match got together, I thought it was a little goofy because it was just like, so you just threatened him for a match because you took Becky's belt just to get it back. So that's, it was funny. It's funny because it's like heel, chicken shit, heel shit. When it comes to like Becky being upset, it's funny. And then the Jay Uso stuff was I don't know what they're trying to do with that. I don't see him turning heel. I just think it's just him being upset at the situation where LA Knight getting involved in, I guess, shit that Jay, he's trying to be a champion again, and then they're doing like these emphasis of like, hey, you're being like Roman, or you were kind of seeing that side of him. Well, I want to see where it goes. I want to see where it goes. It's pretty interesting on that aspect because I think Jay does need like another layer in his character because we kind of been just getting the same Yeet stuff, and I think kind of like something a little bit different will be kind of good for him at this point. I don't think the Yeet stuff is going to completely go away, die down because of the merch stuff. They're making too much money off of that. But to do something, to throw a little wrench in it because he's upset because he's not a champion no more. And, LA Knight, he feels like he's getting involved in that, So I want to see where that goes as well.
JJ, well, me and you, we reviewed Raw this week, but any
we
quick
went through the whole damn episode, so we
I was like, any quick thoughts on Monday Night Raw?
I don't think anything on top of what what we discussed. I think we pretty much covered everything. Still feels good having AJ Lee back in the fold, one way or another.
Sorry. No, I forgot to mention the Styles stuff, the AJ Styles stuff. That was like.
Well, we're gonna talk about that. It's fine.
All right,
we're gonna talk about.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, thank goodness because Raw was pretty solid, better than it's been over the past month and a half.
Yeah, the last 2 weeks have been good. Same with SmackDown, I will say.
Yeah,
they've been on the ball, on the build to Wrestlepalooza.
Because we've been dog walking Raw for about a month straight. Like, good Lord. But yeah.
Because it's the same format with Raw. It's the same fucking format where it's like, all right, we have Division come out, they do something or they challenge something, then they have the main event, and then the main event gets fucked up because somebody gets involved. There's a disqualification. It was the same fucking formula for weeks. And it's like, come on, guys.
It's like, how do you
better than this shit?
$2,000 for what I just saw?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's the same like formula, and it's just like, that's very like Vince McMahon booking, by the way, whereas like you're just doing the same shit. And a lot of these matches, you don't need a fucking interference or like a disqualification. Like these matches could go and have like an actual win. Like, who gives a shit about, like, we don't need all this entertaining bullshit all the time. Just have a good match and like, just have wrestlers perform. Who gives a shit about everything else?
Hey, I'll give them credit. They've been better episodes of Raw and SmackDown the last 2 weeks. So
two weeks at least, right? Because you want them to give a shit about Wrestlepalooza, so they're giving the shit. I just hope it continues. Do I think it's going to continue? Probably not, but we'll see.
Hey, we'll see. We'll see.
But over it goes to shit.
More than likely. WWE has been talking about building up John Cena for his final match coming up in December. John Cena will wrestle his final match at WWE Saturday Night's Main Event on December 13th at the Verizon Center in Washington, D.C. The expectation for most of the year was that Cena's final match would take place in Boston on December 13th, not Washington, D.C. And WWE had a period where they wanted to move the December 13th Saturday Night's Main Event to December 27th, but couldn't come to a deal with NBC to shift the date and go head-to-head with AEW World's End. The Wrestling Observer newsletter reports that WWE went with Washington, D.C. due to financial reasons. They apparently wanted Boston to pay a $7 million site fee, which is similar to what New Jersey paid for WWE SummerSlam, which was 2 nights. The city of Boston felt the site fee was too high and didn't feel that a show 2 weeks before Christmas, 2 weeks before Christmas would generate the type of tourism needed to justify the cost. WWE ultimately added a Raw on November 10th in Boston, and that will be seen as final show in what is essentially his hometown. It's unknown how much Washington, D.C. ended up paying in terms of a site fee, but some think that putting Cena's final match in D.C. creates an opportunity for President Trump to appear at the show. As of now, Trump will be attending the Army versus Navy football game on December 13th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. WWE and UFC have been generating high site fees, where the city often even covers the cost of renting the venues as well as other costs, with the idea that it will bring in tourism to the city. That's crazy. $7 million site fee?
That's crazy.
These dudes are making cash even before the live gate. Even before the live gate, they making 7 figures.
Again, they don't, and it's all about money to them now. It's really like they could put on a shitty card. They already paid. The money's in the cash is the check. I mean, the checks are cashed already.
It's not even now. They've always been about the money, but like now it's like the money is just coming hand over fist. They're getting paid by Netflix. They're getting paid by ESPN. They're getting paid by the USA Network, by the CW. Now they're getting paid by Saudi. They get paid by Saudi Arabia for the last couple of years. Now they're getting this money with the site fees for all their stadium and big event shows because of all the tourism they bring in. Like, this is like a ridiculous business. There's no slowing it down at this point.
Yep.
As long as they pay it, they're just gonna keep adding to it.
Yep, that's it. That's it.
For good reason at this point.
People keep doing it because then people allowing it. So they was like, sure, no problem, we could do it.
I wouldn't say unfortunately. It's fortunate if you're working for WWE. You're making all the money.
Well, yeah, for them, they're making all the money. It's fortunate for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey.
Yeah. We do have a super chat donation from our main man, Dion Jenkins. Thank you so much, Dion, for the support. He says, since TKO is pimping out WWE, what's to stop Saudi from getting Mania every year? No one can outbid them. That's what we're saying. That's what we say. Like, they owe all these IOUs to these different cities, but now they've opened the door where Saudi Arabia could generate so much money from this Saudi Arabia trip in 2027 that they just turn around and say 2028 we'll be back, and then 2029 we'll be back again, and then 2020 and then 2030. You know what we're gonna be? Las Vegas again. Like, they could just siphon through these two locations because this is where they make the most money.
And all they do need from all of these states and different countries is about 200 to 300 suckers from each state, each country. And they all congregate there, and they got their 50, 60,000 people.
Perfect. Thank you.
They got all them wallets from all these different states and countries. Us common folk ain't going. But they don't want us common folk going because we ain't got enough bag to spend over there. We ain't gonna be going to the show and paying $800 for $800 for a fucking title belt is astronomically ridiculous. Like that is beyond ridiculous. That is more than ticket prices to the fucking shows. But people is gonna buy them. They only need about 5-6 suckers to do that, and they just made $4,000 off these fucking belts. Just a few suckers, just a few handful of suckers. That's all they need.
Chuck Berry's with a super chat donation here. He says, forget perception. Forget perception. It is now undeniable truth that WWE is only for the most elite and powerful folks with lots of money. SMH.
they're trying to turn these big events into basically Super Bowl style events.
Yeah. Yep.
That mean us poor folk,
Can't go.
us middle class regular people. That's why they trying to squeeze $30 a month out of you for fucking ESPN, and then another $25 for Netflix, and then another $18.
Oh, you can't go to the show. Just pay $30. Pay $30 on ESPN.
You pay you poors pay 30 and 27. We'll take the big money from the people that actually got money.
That part.
All right, a lot of people weren't happy with AJ Styles losing the Intercontinental Championship on Raw a couple of weeks ago, and it seems that his own son is one of them. Fans have pointed out that Styles was left off of Clash in Paris last weekend and has lost several big matches over the past several months. A fan on Styles' Instagram said that the way Triple H is disrespecting AJ is legit pissing me off. Styles' son replied on Instagram and said, "You ain't the only one, man." AJ Styles has apparently put out feelers for options outside of WWE before his most recent contract extension, according to a new report. As noted over the weekend, Styles' most recent extension, which was signed earlier this year, has him with the company until February of next year. A report from John Alba of Sports Illustrated's The Takedown states that before his extension, Styles had sent out some feelers about the notion of potential options outside of WWE. The report specifically notes that Styles had major interests on the convention circuit from promoters, and that the interest was both mutual and at least exploratory on Styles' part. The report notes that it's not clear whether those feelers and or interests were just for conventions or also involved potential wrestling opportunities. Styles then cut a work shoot promo on Raw this week, saying that someone didn't want him there, and referencing the releases of Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows as leaving him isolated. The Wrestling Observer newsletter addressed the fact that the promo is a different approach to that kind of angle, in that it only aired internationally and not in the US. Of course, the video quickly made its way to the US audience because the internet and social media exists. And the report speculates that not airing it domestically would make people more likely to believe that it might be real, and that there were many who took it as more real than a usual promo that airs during the US broadcast. Styles' contract, like I said before, is set to end in February after signing a short-term extension earlier this year. Styles got people talking over last weekend with an Instagram post of an hourglass suggesting that he might be retiring soon. Josh, you wanted to bring this topic up, so what was your thoughts on AJ Styles' promo and all the drama concerning what his son had to say on social media and his cryptic social media posts?
I don't know. I to me, it comes off like it's a work. It doesn't really feel like it's legitimate. And I'm only saying that just because AJ Styles is not really the type of guy to, to make it about himself. He's not usually that kind of guy to like go into business for himself. But then also the promo itself, when he was cutting it on Raw, like, him mentioning those names, the guys that are not in the company no more. It could mean something. It can mean nothing. But it's one of those things where, we knew that he signed an extension. He signed a short extension, which is it's pretty uncommon. He signed it for like a few months. Usually when you sign an extension, it's like a year or so. So it's that's a little interesting that he even agreed to that. He's always been, he's been saying for a while, like, hey, this is my last WWE contract, or like, this is my last wrestling contract. And, he's planning to retire. I think that's kind of out of the window because he said he wanted to retire when he was 41. He's already like pushing 50. He's still wrestling. And the fact that he was even interested, taking offers, it kind of goes to show you where he stands at, and maybe there is a part of him realistically that he's probably been unhappy, you know, because if he was satisfied, I think he'll happily retire.
Yep.
But the fact that he's still wanting to go, you know, it kind of tells me that he hasn't been satisfied with the last few years. You kind of seen it, you know, like last year, you know, like he had some momentum, you know, when he faced Cody, he had some great matches with Cody, and then they stopped using him, and then he gets injured, you know. So it's one of those things where I think AJ's at a point where he doesn't really have to prove anything. I think he's done it all. He's already proven himself. He's been a champion for multiple companies. He's been a champion in TNA. He's been a champion in New Japan. He's been a champion in WWE. And nobody ever thought he would be a world champion, a WWE champion, and he was the champion twice. So, I mean, he's done it all, in my opinion. If he wants to keep going, that's his call. But the fact that even his son said something, again, they don't make shit about themselves, because this is the first time I even heard of his son doing anything of like this effect of like speaking out of, you know, being like, you know, unhappy or something that's, you know, that could be perceived negative. So it's interesting. I think it's a work just because of what was said and how it was done, and you know, if he's going to be on Raw on TV, you know, coming up, I mean, usually if you kind of do something like that, they'll take you off and you're in the doghouse. But again, WWE is different now. But all of this, I mean, it's interesting to see. I want to see where it goes with AJ. You know, again, he doesn't really have to prove anything to me, at least as a fan. But if he wants to keep going and he wants to end his career on a high note, I think he has every right to do that.
We shall see. We'll keep you posted on what's next in regards to AJ Styles, as this seems like it's going to be an ongoing story for the next couple of weeks and months. But WWE Wrestlepalooza is next Saturday and is scheduled for September 20th. And some have wondered if the show will air on one of the linear ESPN channels in addition to the ESPN app. PW Insider reports that the current plan is for the show to air only on the ESPN app. If ESPN does decide to air part of or all of the show on one of their linear channels, that decision will come late in the game. The show will be archived on the ESPN app after the live broadcast ends. The show will take place at the Cambridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. The card is as follows as of right now. It's Brock Lesnar versus John Cena, with Joe Testator on one of the ESPN review shows confirming that is the current main event. Undisputed WWE Championship matchup, Cody Rhodes defending against Drew McIntyre. CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. Women's World Championship matchup, Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer. And the Usos versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. So we shall see what turns out in regards to how they're going to air that show next Saturday. But last night they had another premium live event airing on the WWE YouTube channel, and that was WWE and AAA's Worlds Collide. The show featured Dominik Mysterio finally doing it, defeating El Hijo del Vikingo in a damn good main event to win the AAA Mega Campeón, thanks to outside interference from El Grande Americano. El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr., or the now dubbed Dr. Wagner III, beat JD McDonough, Dragon Lee, and Ethan Page in a very fun four-way to retain the AAA Latin American Championship. Mr. Iguana and Lola Vice picked up a win over the Judgment Day's Finn Balor and Roxanne Perez, which featured another fight between Lieska and Dimamento. You also had Natalia. She picked up a win over Fabi Apache in a solid affair to become the number one contender for the AAA Reina de Reyes Championship. Mascarada Sangrada, Laredo Kid, Octagon Jr., and La Parca picked up a win over Herbizo Negro, Lince Dorado, and the LWO in a wild 8-man tag team opener. And you also had Psycho Clown and Pagano beat the New Day's Kofi Kingston and Big G, Grayson Waller, in a good bout to retain the AAA World Tag Team Championships. Post-match, though, they did not stay standing up to end this one, as they were laid out by the WWE Tag Team Champions, the Wyatt Sticks, making a surprise appearance to lay out the AAA Tag Team Champions.
Boo.
Any thoughts on Dirty Dom, the AAA Mega Campeon, double champion, first Mysterio to win the AAA Mega Campeon, and the first Mysterio to become a double champion? Sky's the limit for Dom, and last night was a big night for him. So, any thoughts all around quickly? What y'all think?
Excited for him. Good for Dom. Look at where he's come within the last 5 years.
Absolutely true. He went from somebody that we all basically counted out when he was teaming up with his dad to one of the future top stars of the company.
Exactly. Pandemic, we seen him being his dad's, sidekick, and then he came Dirty Dom and got rid of dad, and been uphill ever since. And like you said before, we thought Hook would have been in this same predicament, and look where Hook is at now. Not even seen. Not even close. But what are you gonna do? But I'm happy for Dom. Fair. I love it. I'm here for it. I'm rooting for Dom to win. I was mad he lost the last one, so I'm happy that he won this one.
Better late than never. Better late than never. They
Correct.
It was one event too short, but still they got it done. So that's all we can ask for. All right. WWE NXT this week was a lot of build for NXT Homecoming. They did 654,000 viewers. The show featured Trick Williams bringing Carmelo Hayes back to the brand to be his tag team partner against DIY next week at Homecoming, in an entertaining promo exchange between the two different generations of NXT. Josh Briggs beat Javon Evans in a great opener to the show. You also had Tavion Heights picked up a win over Ethan Page in a flag match. Post-match, Tyler Breeze made his return to WWE and staked his claim for a shot at the NXT North American Championship, which was accepted for Homecoming next week. Dark State beat Hank and Tank to retain the NXT Tag Team Championships despite interference from Joe Hendry. Lainey Reed defeated Fabi Apache to advance in the WWE Women's Speed Championship tournament thanks to a distraction from Natalya. The Cullings, Izzy Dame, and Tatum Paxley earned a shot at the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships at Homecoming thanks to their win against Zaruka and Fatal Influence in a good main event. And then post-match, JC Jane badmouthed her Fatal Influence teammates until Rhea Ripley, Stephanie Vaquer, and Tiffany Stratton return to confront the group and issue a challenge for next Tuesday at NXT Homecoming. And Booker T announced that this moment made him want to pop his dick.
Yeah, that thing did happen.
Pop my dick, man.
Mm-mm.
The fuck is going on?
He said that on people are saying that he meant to say neck, but go back and listen to it. It sounded like dick.
Mm-hmm.
The closed captioning said dick, so it said dick.
Sure.
Pop my dick, man. Quick NXT news notes. As previously reported, WWE's NXT brand is returning to Full Sail for Homecoming next Tuesday. PW Insider Elite had more details on the special episodes and WWE's plans for Full Sail. At this time, there are only plans to have one live event at the venue. There are currently no plans to have extra tapings that night. WWE will then return to the Performance Center the next week. There are plans to have a celebration on campus with the NXT and WWE people taking part in classes and lectures. There will be an official recognition of current and former Full Sail students who worked on NXT, and WWE also plans to announce several scholarships as well. So a special event will go down in conjunction with Homecoming. Chelsea Green noted that this week that she wants Ethan Page on the main roster, and a new report had more details on the situation. As noted, Green spoke with US Today and for a new interview where she praised Page, noting that he absolutely deserves everything in wrestling that he's ever got. And now I feel like it's my job to make sure the main roster sees him as a main roster talent. Fightful Select had a report on a source close to creative confirmed that Green regularly pitches ideas for Page to move to the main roster, where they can continue what they've been doing on NXT. Green went to NXT last month and aligned with Page, who is currently the NXT North American champion and is leading into being Canadian. Green and Page feuded with Tavion Heights and Tyra May Steele in a Canada versus USA feud, and the site reports that Green has repeatedly pitched for them to take their act to the main roster. Page has been speculated by fans as a likely candidate for the main roster, but as of this summer, the site had heard of no firm plans to bring him to Raw or SmackDown. I've been saying it for weeks, man. This act is ready-made for the main roster. Just give him a name and just go with it.
Yep, that part. I don't know why Ethan is not but that's what they do.
Yeah, man. You know, he's gonna go to the main roster and die. So can't wait.
Oh, come on. He ain't gonna go.
Josh.
He's had the best. He's had the best.
No, it has nothing to do with Ethan Page. It has nothing to do with Ethan Page. It has to do with creative, because that's exactly what's gonna happen with creative. I'm telling you. We've seen it. We've seen it how many times? We've seen it way too many times. It's gonna be no different.
I think that he's shown in NXT that he can make something out of nothing. So I think that that type of quality, those type of guys, they don't die because of creative. It's not like a Carmelo Hayes type of thing.
And the main roster is probably
he got over mainly because he's great in the ring. Ethan Page got over because he's mainly great on the mic and as a character. Those guys always translate to the main roster. So I don't know what you're talking about.
We'll see. Yeah. I mean, hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I have no faith. And it has nothing to do with Ethan Page. That's all I'm saying.
Ethan Page would have a better shot than Carmelo because he's a much better character than Carmelo Hayes. So in WWE, obviously, that's all they care about is moments and character.
Oh, he does. No, he does. I'm not denying. Again, it has nothing to do with Ethan Page. It has nothing to do with Ethan Page. But if I'm wrong, I'll be wrong.
Complete lack of faith in creative, which is very valid.
Yeah, and that's all it really is.
For sure.
I mean, that's all it really is. That's all it really is. I would like to see where it goes once he gets to the main roster. But for me to have faith yet. I'm just saying.
And yes, also true. We didn't bring up the biggest point that's in Ethan Page's favor. Like Senior Nerd says here in the chat, Ethan is a white man. That's it. That's all.
Well, I mean, he is Canadian. You know.
But he's white.
He's white. That popped me just.
He's white, but then it's like, oh wait, we hate Canada too, so we don't know.
I think they're all right with Canada. They got good stay with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. We do have a couple of super chat donation here from Dion Jenkins. Thank you so much, Dion, for the support. He said, watched a lot of this last night. Conan is the worst announcer I've ever heard in my life. I can't believe they had the nerve. The absolute
you fucking notice that now? He's been fucking trash. He's been trash. He's been there.
Yeah, I mean,
he's fucking god awful. He's the worst. He's fucking worse than Booker T.
Conan is awful.
He's like a fucking
been-
child. He's like a
Like,
I
fucking
feel bad
child.
for Corey when
Not too
Corey has
bad.
to work with that. Yeah.
And
He-
as
he's-
much, he diverts pretty much every time he talks.
He's like a
Yes.
fucking child.
Can I
on
say
the fucking
something?
commentary.
Can I
Yeah,
say something?
that's always him. That's him. That's always and then when he says something, it's fucking useless. It's pointless.
It's never that important. Very quickly finishing up with WWE with their outlier brands. We had WWE Evolve. The show featured Jackson Drake beating Brooks Jensen and Keanu Carver in a rock solid triple threat to retain the WWE Evolve Men's Championship. Rich Holland beat Tate Wilder, while Carly Bright picked up a win over Layla Diggs. TNA Impact, you had the show featured the Nemeth picking up a win over the System in the main event. Post-match, the Nemeths announced they will use their rematch clause for next week against the Hardys on Impact. Myron Reed defeated Jake Something and Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz in a pretty fun four-way to become the number one contender for the TNA X Division Championship. Heather by Elegance picked up a win over Jess McKay of the Inspiration, while the Inspiration's Cassie Lee defeated M by Elegance. This made the match official for Victory Road. Santina Marella announced that it will be the Elegance brand defending the TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Championships against the Inspiration, while Ash by Elegance will face Masha Slamovich at TNA Victory Road in a no DQ match with number one contender Indy Hartwell as a special guest referee. Moose defeated AJ Francis in a solid opener. Post-match, Moose issued a challenge to Mustafa Ali to face him at Victory Road, which he accepted. So that was TNA Impact. That was all from the WWE verse of things this week. But let's finish off our fantasy draft. It's round 2 action. Round 2, 2020s matches. Josh, you got the first overall pick in round 1. You get it in round 2 once again. We just continue the order that we had last time. So I will give you the clock here. And you're on the clock in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, my pick will be Kota Ibushi versus Jay White, Wrestle Kingdom.
Wrestle Kingdom 2021. I believe that was Wrestle Kingdom 15. Switchblade Jay White versus Kota Ibushi for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Josh, first pick in the second round. JJ, you're on the clock now. Go.
Good Lord. All right. How much? What am I sitting on? 40 seconds?
42 seconds.
That's a lot of time. Okay. All right. My first pick in the, fifth round? Sixth round?
Just your first pick in the second round. Come on, let's go. You're wasting time.
I still got 20 seconds, bitch. I am going with the Lucha Brothers versus the Young Bucks in the steel cage match at AEW All Out 2021.
Son of a bitch picked the match I wanted. Son of a bitch.
And I
JJ picked.
Bellamy, I felt the same way with that fucking Briscoes match because I did low-key have that. And once it was picked, I just couldn't show it because I was like, damn, I can't show him. I'm getting emotional.
Getting very emotional here. All right. Let's see, man. That changes who I wanted here. All right.
That's what you get for rushing me, bitch.
I gotta pick a tag team matchup at this point. My first pick of the second round will be Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos from WrestleMania 39.
Yeah, that was on my short list. I ain't gonna lie. That was there.
Krssi Luv, you're on the clock next. Go.
I'm gonna pick for round 2, number 1 for my first pick, also from 39. Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre. Triple threat match.
Great pick. Great pick, my
Good
Krssi.
round, guys.
I wanted that one, but I've already taken Gunther and Ilya.
I know. So.
All right, so that was my was that my last WWE matchup? No, that was my first WWE matchup. I was like
that was the first one. It's the first one.
That was my first WWE matchup. All right, I'm on the clock. Second pick, second round. Or did you pick back to back, Krssi?
I did not. Not this time.
So
I did the last.
Yeah, you're
one,
up. You're up.
Okay.
You're up now. So you're back to back pick in 3, 2, 1.
My number 2 pick is going to be from this year's G1, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Takeshita.
Good pick. Very smart pick. Very good pick. All right. I am on the clock now. In 3, 2, 1. I will go with another women's matchup. Much love for the women on my list here. Going with Mercedes Moné versus Hazuki from NJPW. Strong Style Evolved last year. The best women's match from last year.
Okay.
All right. JJ, you're on the clock now. In 3, 2, 1.
I am going with, from the G1 Climax in 2021, one of my absolute favorite New Japan matches of all time, Shingo Takagi versus Tomohiro Ishii.
Great choice there. Definitely a great choice. All right, Josh, you are up now in 3, 2, 1.
All right, so I am going with a women's match. This match I actually saw, and this happened in 2021. It was Shuri versus Utami from Stardom, Tokyo Dream Cinderella. That would be my
fucking
match.
Son of a bitch. I was gonna definitely pick that next. Fuck me. All right. Josh got Utami versus Shuri, the 5.5-star matchup from Stardom 2021. Now you got your back-to-back pick in 3, 2, 1.
You see, that's why I was like, oh wait, I did have it. It's gonna be my last New Japan match. It was Shingo versus Zack Sabre Jr. I'm trying to remember which show it was. It wasn't from. I'm trying to remember what year. I mean, I just had it too.
28 seconds.
Wasn't the cup? It was. I think it was. Wait. Yeah, it was from the from this thing, from the New Japan Cup.
From New Japan Cup.
Yeah.
You said Shingo and Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah, that's my last New Japan match.
All right. So now we got JJ. What's this? Your second pick? Second pick of the second, or third pick of the second round? In 3, 2, 1.
I am going with another one of my favorite matches. This one is I can't go with that one. Actually, I can't. I can't even do it. I just realized can't do it. So because I picked one of the guys already, even though the other guy did.
Okay.
I am gonna go with Jon Moxley versus Hangman Adam Page from All In Avengers Part 2.
Son of a bitch! He did it to me again. He checked the match I fucking wanted. Fucking man.
Called Draft Sniping.
He's at draft sniping this motherfucker. This motherfucker.
I'm getting tight now. All right. Let me think about this now.
Idiot, crazy, cuz.
All right. Let me start the clock in 3, 2.
So before
1.
you start, I don't want to start your. So what had me stumped, and I was gonna pick it, but I can't. Actually, I'm not even gonna say the match because yeah, nobody picked it yet, so I'm not even gonna say it. Sorry.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah,
Can't say
go.
Can't say it.
No, I'm not.
Like, that's your strategy. You can't give away your strategy.
Yeah. Like what the hell?
I can't pick it. I literally can't pick it.
So that's fine. You can say it afterwards. All right. 3, 2. You're making me forget. 3, 2, 1. All right. I will go with. Let's go with Konosuke Takeshita versus El Phantasmo from the G1 Climax 34 tournament from Kurgan Hall.
That's a good one.
Krssi Luv, you're on the clock in 3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna pick a women's match from ROH. Final battle. Billy Starks versus Athena.
Ooh. Good job. Billy Starks versus Athena. Which one? Oh yeah, which one?
I said final battle.
Which one?
Oh, that's
They
the name
faced
of
him
the
back to
pay-per-view.
back. They faced him back to back final battle.
God damn it. The first one.
Was it the Hammerstein one?
Smart move. No, smart move. She picked the right one. Don't
Right
stress her. Don't stress her out.
Yeah.
2023. Final battle 2023.
Thank you. Yeah, 2023. Final battle. I'm sorry. That year. Final battle 2023. Yes, I apologize. Yes.
You got back-to-back picks. So in 3, 2, 1.
I went already twice.
You just went back-to-back?
I've been back-to-back the last 2 times.
You go back-to-back because it's a snake draft. Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay. So this is number 4. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, this is your 4th pick. You got 2 more picks
My 4th
left.
picks. Oh, okay. So
3,
my 4th.
2, 1.
Oh, okay. Wow. Can I do I'll do a tag team. I didn't pick any tag teams, right? So can I do the I got 26 seconds. Can I do did anyone pick FTR versus the Young Bucks?
It depends on which one you're picking.
I picked the first one.
I'll pick the second one then.
Which is the better one to me. So that's from Dynamite in 2022. All right.
Yeah.
So my 4th pick. Shit, I always have it in my head and then I lose it. I just gotta start the clock. Fuck it. 3, 2, 1, go. I'm gonna go with Willow Nightingale versus Chris Statlander, All Out 2024.
Nice
one.
JJ?
Can you just remind me of what companies I have?
Right, same. I don't even know if I got
Well, going into this round, you had I'll pause it. You had 1 more from WWE and 2 more from AEW. I don't know what you picked this round. What you have to remember what you picked this round.
Got it. All right. So with my next pick, I am going from AEW Revolution 2023, MJF versus Bryan Danielson in the Iron Man match.
Good shout. Josh, your final 2 picks, 4th pick, what you got?
My 4th pick, this will be my last AEW match. Hangman Page versus Kenny Omega, Full Gear.
There we go. Boom. All right, and then your final pick. 3, 2, 1.
My final pick will be WWE CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre, Bad Blood, Hell in a Cell.
Mm.
All right. That was the one I was going to pick before, but I forgot it.
You did? Oh, shit. That's funny.
Slipped my mind a bit. All right.
I had those in my back pocket for a while, and I was like, I hope when I was in it. Ended up being in my favor.
JJ, in your final pick. Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
All right. So I want to get this man on my list at some point. So I am gonna go from the NJPW Power Struggle 2024. I'm gonna get Zack Sabre Jr. versus Shingo Takagi.
All right. So another Zack versus Shingo matchup, but a different matchup nonetheless. So that is for you. And then my final pick in 3, 2, 1. I should have thought about this before I started my clock. Let's go with. I'm gonna go with. I need an opening matchup. I need a banger opening matchup. I'm going with MJF versus Darby Allin from Full Gear 2021.
Ooh, nice.
And then finally, Miss Krssi Luv, final pick. 3, 2, 1.
I can still pick a WWE match. Correct me if I'm wrong. In this round,
I believe so.
I didn't have any in my round. This round at all. Okay, so I can go. Okay, so yeah. I'm going to pick from Hell in a Cell is going to be Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins.
Good pick. That was on my short list as well. All right. So, producer, if you can round everything up and give us the cards for all 4 of us, and I will put it in the poll in the chat for everyone to pick. I need the whole card for Josh, JJ, Krssi, and myself. Not just the second round, the whole card. So as he's doing that, I'm gonna put it in the poll in the chat. I'll post all of our cards in the chat as well, so you know
what we have.
Johnny said Baby Steph said how none of y'all picked Bucks versus Kenny and Hangman. It's because we started picking them in other matches. That's why
everybody shot their Kenny Omega load way too quick.
I don't have Kenny yet.
No, I waited till the second round towards the end. That's why, I was thinking about Kenny and Hangman versus the Bucks, but then I was like, the Bucks had so many great matches. Then I'm like, I could have chosen the Lucha Bros, and it's one of those things where you have to think, you have to strategize it, because Hangman has had a lot of great matches, a handful of matches that you can't pass up. So that's what I like about this. I like the fact that we were like, hey, we got to pick one matchup. So if somebody's in the match, I like that aspect though, instead of like having like somebody, imagine you pick the person 4 times. I don't think that's like, it makes it fun that way, just because it's like, I'll fucking have a whole 10 card of Will Ospreay matches. That's
exactly. That's why I wanted to make the rules so it wasn't like you're gonna have a whole card full of one guy's matches. So I think that made it difficult, but at least more fun to do this fantasy draft, in my opinion. So I'm posting in the chat Josh's card. So Josh's card is as follows. He's got Will Ospreay versus Bryan Danielson from AEW Dynasty 2024. Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns from WrestleMania 40. Bayley versus Io Sky from WrestleMania 40. Young Bucks versus FTR from Full Gear 2020. Okada versus Naito from Wrestle Kingdom 14. Ibushi versus Switchblade from Wrestle Kingdom 15. Shuri versus Utami Hayashita from Stardom Tokyo Dream Cinderella 2021. Shingo versus Zack Sabre Jr. from New Japan Cup 2022. Hangman Adam Page versus Kenny Omega from Full Gear 2021. And CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre from Bad Blood 2024. That's quite the lineup. Quite the lineup. I give you credit. That's a good one. That's a good balanced card. I don't think you have like an opener. I just think that you have nothing but great matches on your show. So that's still very good. Still very good.
Yeah. Believe me, I was thinking about it and I was like, you know what? Let me go with the bangers. Fuck it.
Let me just do all out bangers. Let me treat it like I'm Tony Khan. Then you got
that's exactly what I did.
Then you got Top Guy JJ. He's got Gunther versus Ilya Dragunov, TakeOver 36. Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay, Forbidden Door 2023. Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair, WrestleMania 37. Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker, Lights Out match. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena, SummerSlam 2025. Lucha Bros versus Young Bucks, All Out 2021. Shingo versus Ishii, G1 2021. Moxley versus Hangman, All In Texas. MJF versus Danielson, Iron Man match, Revolution 2023. And ZSJ versus Shingo, Power Struggle 2024.
And I think Power Struggle was a better match, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I was asking, like, which one are you talking about?
Yeah.
Because
But the cup, I remember seeing it first, and I enjoyed it more. But I think, like overall, like I enjoyed the New Japan, the cup more. But I think overall, like if you were talking to me about like what I think was a better match, it was that one.
Yeah. Then you got myself, who has I got Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega, Wrestle Kingdom 17. Bryan Danielson versus Swerve Strickland, All In London 2024. Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair, WrestleMania 39. FTR versus Briscoes, ROH Final Battle 2022. Timeless Tony Storm versus Mariah May, AEW Revolution 2025. Got Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos, WrestleMania 39. Mercedes Moné versus Suzuki, NJPW Strong Style Evolved. Takeshita versus ELP, G1 34. Willow Nightingale versus Chris Statlander, All Out 2024. And MJF versus Darby Allin, Full Gear 2021. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to. I thought the producer was going to be the referee, but I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to have one of these AEW matches, so I have to pick something else. So I will pick Money in the Bank. I'll go with Money in the Bank 2021, the one Big E one for my match instead of MJF and Darby. That's my opener. Money in the Bank.
Oh, yo, I didn't even notice that. Oh, shit. I
I'm also gonna kind of just jump ahead of the gun, and I think I have 2 Shingo matches in there too.
Man, our producer ain't doing nothing. He just writing down the matches, not even remembering the rules.
I'm gonna replace the last match. Unfortunately, I gotta get ZSJ off the list. I didn't want to, but I'm gonna go FTR versus Juice Robinson and Jay White from AEW Collision.
That's a good job.
Oh, the one that went like an hour? Was that the one that went like
the 2 out of 3 falls match?
Damn, 2 out of 3 falls. Good job. Good replacement. Good replacement there. And then we got finally Krssi. She's got Hangman Page versus Swerve Strickland, Full Gear 2023. Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair versus Io Sky, WrestleMania 41. Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher, Full Gear 2024. Willow Nightingale versus Mercedes Moné, NJPW Resurgence 2023. Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest, Backlash 2023. She's got Gunther versus Sheamus versus Drew from WrestleMania 39. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Takeshita from the G1 2025. Billy Starks versus Athena, ROH Final Battle 2023. FTR versus Young Bucks, Dynamite 2022. And unfortunately, Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins, you cannot pick because you already have 3 WWE matches.
See, I asked y'all this stuff, and y'all was like,
this is why I was counting on
nothing. This shit is hard to keep track of, especially when you get like 9 matches deep.
But I would just expect the guy who's writing down the matches to be like, "Oops, you have more than 3."
Okay, so I have too many WWE matches. Okay, got it. So
he did write that you had 3, but I don't think you saw it.
Oh, I didn't see that. No, sorry. Okay. Okay.
See, at least give him. He tried.
I'm sorry.
Shit is hard to keep track of.
Yeah, like I don't.
It's our first time doing this in this format.
So who you gonna pick instead?
I don't know. Like, this is hard. I did my work and now I got to do it all over again. This is freaking hard. I know I don't. Okay.
It ain't easy, cuz.
Just pick a regular match. I can't. Just pick a regular match.
But I can't because I'm like the promotion's like
He wants you to.
I think I've done too many.
Put a bad match on your card.
No WWE and
no AEW.
Yeah, no AEW. No WWE, no AEW. So it could be TNA, ROH.
So TNA, ROH,
New Japan. No, you already got. Oh no, you got one more New Japan you can use.
I only got one New Japan match up here.
It's definitely a Josh Alexander match I wanted to put on there, but I just couldn't think of who against.
Can I do
the match? I could have used. I couldn't. That was the thing. I couldn't.
How about Jonathan Gresham versus Jay Luther? That was the end of an era. Was that an end of an era?
Yeah, that was the final ROH show under Sinclair.
There you go.
ROH Final Battle 2021. I'm not gonna front. I think Krssi got the best card because I think that me, Josh, and JJ went with the same theory of just have as many great matches as possible on the card. Where Krssi, I think, has the better variety. Like, she's got a match where someone gets injured. She's got a match where she's got variety. She got a match where someone gets injured. She's got a celebrity in a brawl. She's got a women's 3-way. She's got a drinking blood Texas death match. She's got Fletcher getting put over against Ospreay. She got a banger 3-way matchup. Then she got Zach and Takeshita in a Styles clash. You got Starks and Athena, student versus teacher. You got FTR versus Young Bucks, which is like 2 of the best tag teams going at it. And then she got a technical wrestling clinic in Gresham versus Lethal. Like, I feel like she has the best variety.
No, it's just bad funny. The very first thing you said, oh, you got somebody that got injured. Like, what?
Hey, I like it. I like variety.
There was a match before that happened. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. The match was good before that happened too.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, like, damn,
you know, they had to do an audible, but
for that to be like a good thing. I was like, oh my god.
Listen, I did my best. I picked what I thought was great for something that I really.
No, you actually have a good card. It's actually really good for what it was, because again, you thought it was like only 2020. So the fact that you even those matches, I mean, it's a good job.
Thanks, guys. We got another round because I can't do another round.
No, that was it. That's the 10. Good. That's your 10 matches. That's your card.
I can't do no more. That's too much stress. My head hurts.
I'm gonna do the poll in the chat. I'm gonna do the poll in the chat so everyone can vote on it and determine what they thought was the best card out of the cards. I put all the cards in the chat here. They are picks for the first round and the second round, so everyone can see it and scroll through and determine who they like better in this role. And let us know if you like this style of fantasy draft. Let me know in the comment section if you're watching us on demand. We got Chilling with Chase who says Josh's card is strong too, but who is main eventing that one, brother? Would love to see an Unreal episode on the wrestlers arguing who main eventing, brother.
That'd be great. That's why I did it. You know, it's like when they say in baseball teams, right? Baseball, basketball, right? Where when you get like, you know, when you get like a good situation where it's like, oh wait, we have we have like multiple good players. It's a good headache to have. And what I have is a headache.
You have a very good headache to have, indeed.
So the match that I wanted, like really bad to put on here just for my sentimental purposes, I wanted to put Kenny Omega versus Gabe Kidd.
Yeah.
I wanted to.
That was on my short list.
I wanted to, but the thing was, I'm like, wait a minute, isn't that like a combined AEW and New Japan show? So like, how does that work? Because technically, right, that was a joint show. So it was like, so if I pick it, that's an AEW match and a New Japan that goes off the board. Like, how do we do that? You know what I mean?
That would have been a little bit difficult. So I understand.
That's why I stayed away from it. I was thinking about it, but that's why I stayed away from
Kenny and Will. So I was like, I can't put Kenny.
Exactly. So yeah. Oh yeah, and that's a good question though. What would be the main event of your card out of the matches you have, Josh?
For me, I don't even know yet. Shit. I'll have to look at my full list because I'm just like, there's so many. I picked a lot of bangers. So it's like, let me see. I will have to see. Yeah, just come back around because I'm gonna have to see like what I picked exactly again. So
my main event would be Bryan versus Swerve.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
I'm torn between two. I'm torn between Kenny and Ospreay and Cody versus Cena. But I think headline purposes, I think it would be Cody versus Cena.
Okay. Krssi, I think, is gone for a second, so we'll ask her when she gets back here. But let's go on over to AEW, to the Converse. Not a lot to discuss since we did our last show on Sunday, so only one real show from AEW this week, and that was AEW Dynamite. Dynamite this week, it was the final week that took place from the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia, and the show featured Hangman Adam Page, the AEW World Champion, defeating Josh Alexander in a straight up banger of an opening matchup to get a measure of revenge for Kenny Omega. Post-match, Page called out Kyle Fletcher, who came out face to face with the TNT champion. Hangman stated that he saw a bit of himself from 6 years ago in Fletcher, but he says that he isn't ready for the pay-per-view main event or the AEW World title. Fletcher responded that he gets to decide when his prime is, and it's now. He then also stated that he planned on taking the title and starting the proto-star era of AEW at All Out, but Hangman questioned if he could do it on his own. So he dared Fletcher to do it without the Don Callis family, which Kyle accepted for next Saturday. Timeless Tony Storm beat Sky Blue in a crazy, wild Philadelphia street fight that featured ass, titties, and pussy being stapled. Post-match Triangle of Madness jumped Storm until Chris Statlander and Jamie Hayter tried to make the save. Unfortunately, they had a miscue, which led to Tekla taking out and laying out all three women ahead of their four-way matchup at All Out. Ricochet picked up a win over Shelton Benjamin in a very good matchup, thanks to interference from the Gates of Agony. Post-match, Hurt Syndicate came out to go after GOA in a brawl. Riho and Alex Windsor beat Mercedes Moné and Emi Sakura in a tag team action and then finally, after receiving some added incentive from Jon Moxley before the matchup, the Young Bucks teamed with the Death Riders to defeat Brodito and the Ops in an awesome 500K All-Star 10-man tag main event. Post-match, Bucks brawled with Brodito while D-Riders attacked Ops until Darby Allin went after Moxley. However, Daniel Garcia came out to attack Darby from behind, thus joining the Death Riders in the process. The show-closing beatdown ended with Garcia driving Allen's head into a steel chair after he botched it the first time. really strong close to the show with the Daniel Garcia finally turning heel and joining up with the Death Riders. Another good show. They had very good to great shows in Philadelphia during this residency. So I really enjoyed it. JJ, any thoughts on Dynamite this week?
Yeah, it was fun. It was good. It was good to have them there for that period of time. It was kind of nice having them in that setting, having them in that building. You felt the energy essentially in the arena, like pretty much weekly, which was really cool. Good turn for Daniel Garcia. Like he needed it. Like he needed something to inject his personality, like his wrestling, like because he was so vanilla, so stale. So this was great for him. Like it was kind of weird seeing a proto star in such a normal look. Like he looked too normal. Like I'm usually seeing him in some over the top shit. But yeah, it was a solid show. It was a solid show. The Hangman match was really good. Hangman and Josh Alexander was really good. Like Josh Alexander is just one of the best in the business. And hopefully at some point he's able to get like his due because he's amazing. But yeah, I enjoyed this episode. It was good. And hopefully they just keep the run going, man, because AEW right now, like arguably definitely like the best of like the big 3 weekly shows that's happening right now. So it's just my opinion, but we'll just see what happens as they move forward into new buildings and see if they have some new energy and some good ideas.
Yeah. Krssi, any thoughts on Dynamite this week?
Solid episode. The opener was Josh Alexander, correct?
Josh Alexander and Hangman.
Yeah, that was really good. I like that. Daniel Garcia, that we seen that coming. Like, come on, guys. Sorry it took so long. but solid episode, of course. Because they're going to be in Toronto next week. Am I correct?
Yes, they'll be in London, Ontario for Dynamite for September to Remember, and then Toronto is Saturday.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's some traveling right there. Okay, so good for them. The European crowd deserves that, so good for them.
No, London, Ontario. London,
Ontario.
Oh,
London, Ontario. So they'll be in Canada. Sorry. Yeah. My bad.
Right.
Good for the Canadian people. But yeah, definitely enjoyed the show. Even Toni Storm.
That match was so much fun.
It was. I thought it was amazing.
It had any right to be.
Right. It didn't even need to be. It was great. I enjoyed it. So that was great. She's like one of the best.
Josh, what did you think about Dynamite this week?
It was a fun episode. The Daniel Garcia turn. Obviously, we saw it. I thought they were gonna like prolong it a little bit more, but I felt like what's been going on, I felt like it was kind of the time to do it. So I'm kind of glad they didn't drag it out. But then also I think I thought they did it at a good spot, especially the camera angle where they were focused on Darby and then he just blindsided the shit out of him. So I thought that like they played that really. That was like really nicely done. I mean, Toni Storm and this Sky Blue. I mean, man, those ladies killed it. Like literally killed it in that.
Killed each other.
That was like that was insane. I mean, I like the fact that AEW is different on that aspect, the violent aspect of it. It sets them apart. It's something different, right? A lot of people they're not gonna like it, but a lot of wrestling in the past was like pretty violent, especially like Japanese wrestling. Those were like pretty violent, like if you really study the history of that. But besides that, I mean, fun overall episode. The ECW arena, them doing it there is, it's been pretty fun to watch in my opinion. I do like the residencies, and I hope like they keep going because it actually has been successful in both aspects, financially and selling out shows, fans enjoying it. It's a good thing to do, especially weekly TV. Sometimes it's hard to like go to town. So to have like a setting like that, I think they keep going. I'm not saying like this should be the formula going forward, but at least like if it makes sense to do it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think there is a lot of benefits, and they're seeing a lot of that during these residencies in Chicago and Philadelphia. And we talked last week, they're thinking about coming to New York next. So we shall see if that goes down in December. But we got news to discuss from the world of AEW, and a lot of it concerns Wardlow, who made his comeback to All Elite Wrestling back at Forbidden Door. As previously noted, the AEW star suffered what is believed to be a torn pectoral muscle after making his return at Forbidden Door. Fightful Select reports that the injury affected immediate creative plans, as one of the top matches planned would have been Wardlow challenging for the AEW World Championship against Hangman Adam Page. As noted, it was announced on Wednesday night that Kyle Fletcher will challenge Page for the title. Fightful initially reported that Wardlow's match would have been for All Out, but AEW sources say that Fletcher was always the plan to face Page at the pay-per-view. The report notes that Fletcher and Wardlow would have done some work alongside each other for the storyline. Wardlow is expected to be sidelined for quite some time, and it was a heavy point of discussion at MJF's wedding how bad everyone felt for Wardlow on getting injured again. You hate to see anyone get injured, but I think you hate to see it anymore when someone gets injured right after they came back from a lengthy injury. That's like the worst thing ever to see.
It sucks.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, because me, when we took that trip to North Carolina for Sting's last match, when I was coming back home, Wardlow was on the same plane as me, and I got to speak to him a little bit, like right after we got off. Super nice guy, very humble, super nice guy. It sucks, especially when you come back and you have some momentum, like, oh, he's joined the Don Callis family, and then that happens. Like, I think that's worse than anything. It's very unfortunate.
Yeah. It really sucks, man. And he's a guy that just has had so many tough breaks in AEW, but I haven't seen anything like this in wrestling terms since like Tegan Knox. When Tegan Knox had the back-to-back knee injuries.
Yeah.
Like, it sucks when that happens. It sucks to see, and you just wish them, all best wishes to Wardlow, on a speedy recovery. Hopefully he comes back soon.
Terrible, man.
All right. But some more bad news for AEW, as Paramount Skydance is reportedly exploring a potential bid to acquire Warner Brothers Discovery, a situation that could have big changes for the entertainment industry. Deadline reports that Paramount Skydance, which just completed a merger between those two companies, is looking at a potential bid to buy the media conglomerate. The move is one that some have speculated on for some time, though it was believed at the time that Paramount would be looking at just picking up Warner Brothers Studios as it moves to separate from WBD's cable networks and linear TV. The site reports Paramount's exploration is a bid that appears to be for the entire company. A source close to Paramount executives told the site that Larry Ellison, who led the deal that led to Skydance Media acquire Paramount Global for $8.4 billion, been looking at Warner Brothers for a while. Nothing new there. He's just taking a closer look, assessing the pros and cons. The report, which initially came out of the Wall Street Journal, caused WBD shares to jump on Thursday. The report notes that the bid would be mostly cash and backed by the Ellises. Neither company chose to comment on the report. It was noted by WBD CEO David Zaslav on Wednesday that the separation process splitting Warner Brothers and Discovery Global is looking to finish up by April 2026. A Paramount acquisition of WBD would likely not need the FCC approval, as WBD does not hold any broadcast licensing. However, there is the chance that it could draw the eye of the Justice Department scrutiny due to of antitrust concerns. For wrestling fans, WBD is, of course, the broadcast partner of AEW, and it's not clear how or if this would affect that relationship. Paramount recently signed a major deal with TKO to bring UFC to Paramount Plus and CBS networks. This has led to some question how AEW's relationship with WBD may be affected by this deal, as TKO has that new deal with the UFC. According to Wrestling Observer newsletter, while nothing is a sure thing as of yet in the TV industry, AEW is of the belief that the contract they signed with WBD to air on HBO Max through 2027 and 2028, if HBO Max picks up the option year, will remain in place. It is unlikely that Paramount's potential acquisition of WBD would lead to HBO Max or TNT TBS dropping AEW, and AEW is likely to be reevaluated by where their numbers stand in late 2026 or early 2027. And by that point, the AEW pay-per-views airing on HBO Max will also be a key factor, as HBO Max gets a cut of that revenue in terms of the US. The gist of the matter is that the AEW's value will depend on its metrics, which is something that wouldn't change no matter who owns Warner Brothers Discovery by that time. So very interesting times for Warner Brothers Discovery. This is another one that feels like it's more of an ongoing story that we'll have to keep you updated on in like the weeks to come. But another story that we've been keeping you updated on over the last couple of weeks has been concerning Chris Jericho. Tony Khan recently commented on Chris Jericho, saying that he wants him back in AEW. When speaking with Torque and Elliott, he said, Chris Jericho has been here since the very beginning. I have so much great respect for Chris Jericho. I would love to have Chris in AEW anytime. We absolutely want Chris Jericho back in AEW, and hopefully soon. He's been great with us and been with us since the first event. The very first AEW World Champion, and Chris is a huge part of the history in AEW and is still in great shape and a great wrestler. Dave Meltzer noted in the Wrestling Observer newsletter that it's unlikely Khan would put Jericho back on AEW TV unless Jericho signs a new deal with the company. From Jericho's perspective, Meltzer noted that Jericho will make it clear to both sides that he'd love to be there and will make a lot of money either way. Whether it is staying with AEW or returning to WWE, he added that it is to his advantage to keep both sides guessing. And if he does return to AEW, having picked AEW over WWE would help him with AEW fans. But that a return to WWE seems to make more sense at this stage in his career. From a schedule perspective, Jericho will likely end up with a similar schedule wherever he goes, allowing him to work on other acting and music projects. Meltzer noted that if Jericho does decide to retire soon, he can look at how AEW handled Sting's final run and how WWE handled John Cena and Goldberg's final runs. That doesn't look too well for WWE if you take that into account.
I was say that math ain't mathing right there. That is not mathing at all.
That one don't go in their favor. Don't go in there.
One got a whole fucking marketing parade behind him, and the other one just got a fuck you on a Saturday night. Didn't even get to fucking finish his goddamn farewell speech and cut his shit off.
Here, go counter program AEW. That's all you're here for. Fuck you. As previously reported, MJF got married last weekend, and photos linked from the wedding, which showed baby faces like Hangman Adam Page attending his special day. This led to jokes from Tony Khan about how they were there to support Atut and not MJF. While he joked on the outside, Dave Meltzer noted on Wrestling Observer Radio that AEW was not happy about the links. He said, I know that they're not particularly happy it happened. It's not the end of the world. I mean, everyone knows and this and that, but it's still, especially for people who have kind of that mentality that MJF would have, and I would presume Page would have, but I know he would have in the sense of he wouldn't want that. He's trying to be a heel from the 1970s 1970s or 1980s in 2025. And it's not the easiest thing to do. He works very hard at being that kind of heel that people genuinely hate and trying to make. And there's nothing wrong with trying to create the illusion that his feuds are real. I mean, we know they're not, but you do want to create that illusion. And I don't think you want to break that illusion. Brian Alvarez noted that while people in AEW posted photos later, they were initially leaked by fans finding them on Facebook family albums instead of from AEW actually contracted talent. That sucks that you kind of have to put like a dark cloud on such a special day for them.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that's more fucked up where people were like taking because there are like personal people, there are like personal family members I do follow on Facebook. You know, like I actually follow his mother on Facebook. Me and her are actually friends. But I don't take her photos. Like she posts her family all the time. I don't take their photos and share it. That's just kind of, you know, it's privacy. It's like, yes, Facebook see it, but it's like at the end, it's like it's not your photos, so you shouldn't be taking it. Like,
right.
That's weird.
Yeah, doxing basically. And then final AEW note before we finish up the converse with ROH. Ronda Rousey recently praised Jon Moxley during an interview with Uncrowned, calling him the most incredible human being ever and so supportive. She noted that he's been a great friend to Marina Shafir. In the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer noted that Rousey's comments have led some insiders to believe that Rousey may be interested in going to AEW, especially if they also bring in Shayna Baszler. Meltzer added that when Rousey and Shafir were booked to face Athena and Billy Starks at Pro Wrestling Revolver show on November 16, 2023, Tony Khan did not want to approve the match, which was taking place the day before the ROH taping in Los Angeles, where Rousey and Shafir versus Athena and Starks would also take place. Moxley played a role at that time in working things out between Khan and Rousey, where they got to still do the match at the Revolver show and then do the rematch at the ROH taping. But Rousey was apparently not happy with how it all went down. So maybe she has a sour taste in her mouth about that one experience working with Tony Khan. So not going to come, I guess, for now.
When does she never have a sour taste in her mouth? She was fucking complaining.
Also true. ROH TV was not down this week. You had Action Dean 3
from the consistency
from the 2300.
That was tame. That's her tame, by the way. That's her like tame.
That's her chill mode, by the way.
The show featured Hechicero, Dr. Sierra, and Shelwa picking up the win over Blue Panther, El Pantera, and Virus in a super fun 2 out of 3 Falls Trios opener. Billy Starks picked up a win over Nicole Matthews, while Wheeler Yuta defeated Matt Mako in more of a mat-based technical wrestling matchup. LFI beat Cheeseburger, Eli Isom, and Rhett Titus in trios action, while Demus picked up a win over Mad Dog Colony in a hair versus hair match. Lee Moriarty defeated Josh Woods in a very good match to retain the ROH Pure Championship, while Shane Taylor led the Shane Taylor promotion, picking up a win over AR Fox in the main event. And then finally, we had CMLL Venice Espectacular. You had the show featured last night. Brodito picking up a win over Galano Fantasma to retain the AEW World Tag Team Championships in a damn good main event. Zeus's picked up a win over La Catalina, while Templario and Titan won this week's Copa Independencia one night 4-team tournament by beating Blue Panther and Atlantis in the finals. So some good stuff all the way around from AEW and their partner promotions. But we've made it to the new favorite time of the show for me, which is TikTok time. And
we're doing this shit still? Oh, God.
TikTok time. But no blind ranking. No blind ranking this week. So to let Champ Guy JJ know, we've been doing TikTok time over the last couple of weeks, where we've been doing a lot of blind ranking because we're now monetized on TikTok. So we've been doing TikTok time, basically segments on our flagship. We do have TikTok.
No, the group does. Chris has been doing a good job running it.
Good job, Krssi.
He's been doing that. Excellent.
No, Chris.
Not Chris. Chris G. I mean, not Krssi. Chris G.
I thought I heard Krssi, and then it's Chris G.
No, you said Chris G. Chris G.
My bad.
But you're getting off easy because we're not doing blind ranking. I've been working these two wild the last couple of weeks with the blind rankings.
Oh my god.
My dude, you're like 40 something years old.
I know.
But anyway, who had the better career? Who had the better career? It's like come on. Who had the better career is what we're doing this week for TikTok time. For TikTok time, where I'm gonna give you two different people, and you just tell me who had the better career, and you just explain why. It doesn't have to be a long explanation, but why you pick one over the other. So we'll start with Top Guy JJ. Hulk Hogan or Ric Flair? Who had the better career?
Ric Flair.
Why?
Because he created style. He was one of the best ever in the wrestling ring. He won championships absolutely everywhere he go. He was one of the moguls of literally being a famous wrestler that people wanted to clamor themselves around. And he was one of the OG ladies men. He was the person that you wanted to be. Everybody wanted to be like Flair. And till this day, he still thinks he can smash anything that walks. He still is that limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun. And legendary championship reigns is still something that has never even been recorded. That man is an over 20-time champion, but he's only accounted for 16 of them for some reason, because WWE likes to just take championships away. So... yeah, I would say Ric Flair.
All right. Woo! Krssi Luv, you are do y'all agree? Do y'all agree, Krssi Luv? Josh, do y'all
I actually agree? I agree.
All right. Josh?
I would say I do agree. I mean, it's a good argument to have. Because I think Ric Flair more so in ring has a better career than Hulk Hogan. I think outside, I think Hulk Hogan has a better career than Ric Flair. So it's one of those things where it could go up and down. But if you prefer, like, if you're talking about actual wrestling, it's Ric Flair.
All right, Krssi Luv, you're up next. Macho Man Randy Savage or Rowdy Piper? Who had the better career?
Ooh. That one is tough.
And this was kind of similar too.
I told these to our producer. I told these to our producer before y'all logged on. He was like, "Oh my god, these are awesome."
This is really good. I'm going Macho Man. That's my favorite. I'm going Macho Man. Fuck that. One is more of a technical wrestler. The other one is more of like showman. He had better promos. He's done the stuff test of time. He was with Matt. Like, we can go on and on about Macho Man. Name me one Roddy Piper promo that y'all think was like great.
He's one of the best promos of all time.
I'm just saying memorable. Like, let's stop.
The coconut shot against Jimmy Snuka.
Yeah.
I guess.
All the promos against Hogan.
I said what I said. 10 toes down, Macho Man. Fuck that.
All right. Do y'all agree, JJ?
On its face, yes, I agree. I think Macho Man definitely, I think overall had a better career.
Josh?
I would say so. The margin's not that big, but I would say it's not that big. Believe me, it's really not. Because Piper,
it's not.
Yeah, Piper. When you're talking about one of the best heels in the business, that was Piper, and it wasn't only just WWF. Right. It was everywhere he went.
Everywhere,
like that man. Everywhere. And not only that, but then even too, like movies too. Like he was doing a lot of like shows, movies, like Again, this is kind of another aspect of like outside and in ring. But Piper wasn't a slouch in the ring, man. He was really good. No. He just, I don't think he ever got the recognition. Yeah. Like, I don't think he ever got like exactly. Especially in WCW. He was treated like shit in WCW.
Yep. That I agree with you on, Josh.
To this day, people are still mimicking and cosplaying and trying to be like the Macho Man Randy Savage.
It's true.
In 2025.
Yeah, because his character is like, you're talking about like his character is like far to none, like one of the greatest characters in wrestling history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, Josh, you're up. John Cena or Hiroshi Tanahashi, who had the better career?
Oh my God, SP, this is not even fair, yo. Like, yeah, for real.
Asshole for this.
He is though.
Yeah, he got me with this one. I'm gonna go with John Cena. I'm gonna go with John Cena.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with John Cena.
Why?
Obviously, I think both of their longevities speaks for itself too. Like they've been going for forever. I just think, when it comes to like matches, and Tanahashi, I think it's like kind of a tale of two careers. Where Tanahashi early on, I think, had better quality matches. His later matches, not so much. John Cena didn't become what he's become towards like the middle of his career, where he became not only a good worker, but when you talk about the face of the company, like where he took WWE and he was the face of it for a long time. I mean, it's not easy for what Cena did. Tanahashi on the other end basically saved New Japan, and a lot of people don't know that. Like when New Japan, when he legit became like the ace of New Japan, New Japan used to be a shithole. So like, don't let all this stuff fool you about New Japan. New Japan, there was a period of time where New Japan was a big shithole, and if it wasn't for somebody like Tanahashi, like that's why he's so important to them too. I'm just gonna go with Cena just because I've been seeing Cena a lot longer. I know more about Cena, but that was a good one. I'll tell you that much. That was a really good one. Because a lot of people, again, with Tanahashi, there's a lot of history a lot of people don't know about Tanahashi when it comes to how important he is for not only New Japan, but like Japanese wrestling in general.
That's why I disagree. I go with Tanahashi. I feel like if this was a sentence, I think that the answer would be easier if it was like a one must go. Like, whose career could you go without? And I think that WWE would still have Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Steve Austin, Roman Reigns. That's true. Hiroshi Tanahashi gone? Who does New Japan have that's on his level? Like, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. I think I would give him the nod over Cena.
But that's hard too, though, SP, because John Cena's resurgence and his rise came after the WWE's greatest era. Yeah. So them having to replace the greatest era in their history with some regular ass dude from Boston, and he pulled it off for over a decade, and he was a global icon. He was that new person that everyone wanted to be like, everyone wearing his clothes. This man has done over 500 Make-A-Wishes, the most in U.S. history. Not even close. Like, that's tough.
But it's still like it's still a good argument, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Just because I think his own way has paid us, but like Tanahashi, and what makes him more important in that aspect of like when it comes to the company is that he literally saved a company. Like that's you know, Cena didn't save a company, but he did come out of, like you said, like one of the boom periods of WWE, and you know he carried the torch for a very long time. So it's again it's a great argument. I think like something like this we could even do like a whole video on.
I also would go with Tanahashi for who's had the better retirement tour as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. There's no debate on that. I was like, yeah, there's no debate on that. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, you ask that normal novice person, they'd be like, "Man, you gotta be out your mind." But then,
yeah,
of
like,
course, you talking to the wrong.
If I'm asking somebody from the U.S., of course they're gonna John Cena. Dumb question. All right, final one. This is for all of us to answer, but we'll just go through it quickly. One for the females, so I'll start with Krssi. Beth Phoenix or Awesome Kong? Who had the better career?
Wait, what?
Beth Phoenix or Awesome Kong?
I heard you.
Who had the better career?
Awesome Kong.
I'm going with Awesome Kong as well. Mainly it's because of the Japanese stuff and her importance to the rise of women's wrestling in the U.S.
Wrestling, yep.
Like
exactly.
Yeah. JJ?
I am gonna go with Awesome Kong as well, based on just that individual impact that she made.
Josh?
And if life changes didn't happen, boy.
Awesome Kong.
All right. So we're in agreement there. Let us know in the comment section if you like this game, if you want us to do it next week for TikTok time as well. But let's close off the show with Krssi Luv's favorite time of the show, best and worst of the week, moment of the week, and match of the week. Krssi Luv, who was your best and worst from this week?
Best goes to AJ Lee. Well, as a matter of fact, I'll give that moment. Excuse me. Give her a moment of the week. Sorry. Best of the week, I would give to.
Best of the week, I'm going with Dominik Mysterio. Worst of the week, WWE fans.
Okay.
Oh shit!
That was my pick. My pick is the double.
I was gonna say best for Dom, and then worst the WWE superstar because they look like they didn't even want to be there for that whole press conference.
Also fair. Who's your worst? Who's your worst, JJ?
Oh, WWE.
Oh,
the
okay.
WWE for fucking taking fucking blood money and completely alienating the entire United States.
Yep.
Like the fuck?
Josh?
Best of the week, Dominik Mysterio. You know, he's worked hard, and I've been saying it all year. Like he's really turned a lot of things around in his own way. I've been really happy to see that, and you know, last night kind of solidified that. You know, so it's fun to see. You know, I'm happy to see that. Worse, WWE fans. You know, they're upset, they're angry, but yeah, these are the same fans who are probably still gonna pay a ticket, who are probably still gonna attend. So you're not gonna really do nothing. But then what makes it even more funny was that last night, you know, they're in Vegas when this whole thing happened, and then they're chanting "You sold out," right? Yeah, these are the same fans. I'm like, you're getting WrestleMania 2 years in a row, and you're telling the company that they sold out. All right, cool.
Sold out to you, basically. Moment of the week, I'm going with AJ Lee's promo on Raw.
Same.
Chrissy's going with that. JJ's going with that. Josh?
I'm going with something different. I'm gonna go with that staple spot with Toni Storm. She got her titties and hoochie staple.
Matches of the week. I only got 10 this week since we're on a shorter week. 10, McIntyre versus Orton from SmackDown. 9, Ricochet versus Shelton from Dynamite. 8, Toni Storm versus Sky Blue from Dynamite. Number 7, Wagner the Third, Dragon Lee, Ethan Page, JD McDonough from Worlds Collide. 6, Vikingo versus Dominik from Worlds Collide. 5, Brodito versus Galano, Fantasma from CMLL. Briggs versus Javon Evans from NXT is number 4. Number 3, Bucks and D Riders versus Brodito and Ops from Dynamite. Number 2, Sami Zayn, Ray Phoenix from SmackDown. Number 1, Hangman Page, Josh Alexander from Dynamite. Josh.
I actually have 5 this week. Wow, right?
Is that 2 weeks in a row for you, friend?
Baba?
Is that 2 weeks in a row that you have 5?
No, last week I had 3. It was a previous week I had 5. Number 5, I'm gonna go with Dom versus Vikingo from last night. Number 4, I'm gonna go with the was it the 4-way, right? With Dr. Wagner, Ethan Page, right? That was a 4-way. So I'm gonna go. That's number 2. Number 3, I'm gonna go with Ricochet versus Shelton Benjamin. That was a really fun matchup. Number 2, I'm gonna go with Sky Blue versus Tony Storm, and number 1, I'm gonna go with Sami Zayn versus Ray Phoenix. That was a really fun matchup last night.
Krssi.
5, I have Shelton Ricochet. 4, I have Dom versus Vikingo. 3, Sammy versus Ray. 2, Hangman, Josh Alexander, and 1, Tony versus Sky.
JJ.
I'm going to go Josh and Hangman. I'm going to go Vikingo and Dom. I'm going to go I'm going to go Blue and Tony. I'm going to go that crazy match that happened at the opening of Worlds Collide.
Oh, the 8-man tag with the Masquerade.
Yeah, with Lil Man.
He was balling. He was cooking.
Lil Man, that motherfucker was on fire. And I feel like I'm missing one.
I think that was 5. If I'm not mistaken. Probably am mistaken, but I don't think so. But
okay.
All right.
But we're good.
All right, we've made it to the end of another edition of the Flagship Podcast. Want to thank you all for joining us live. Thank you if you're watching us on demand as well. Remember to drop the thumbs up on the video. Let us know what your best and worst moment and match of the week were as well in the comments down below. And I want to thank my good brothers and sisters here, Krssi Luv, True Draw Josh, and Top Guy JJ for joining me this week. Miss Krssi Luv will give you the floor first. Let everybody know where they can follow you on social media when they shall see you again.
You guys can follow me, Krssi Luv _1, Tru Heel Krssi Luv on X, and then it's just my plain old name. Please watch myself and SP as we review the first portion of Wednesday on our other channel. And we will probably be doing the other part this week. Am I right, Sid?
Yes.
Okay. We'll be doing part 2 of the season. So please catch that. Watch hair out for that. Other than that, like I said, I'm here. Hit me up if you want me to be part of your stuff. Thank you.
Josh, let everybody know where they can follow you.
You can follow me, JMPunk321 on X and Instagram, and I'll be back next weekend for another episode, the podcast episode. I might do one of the reviews too, one of the pay-per-view. I think it's what are you doing Sunday? All Out next Sunday.
All Out.
Yeah, so most likely I'll be on Sunday at least for that one.
All right, and Top Guy JJ, thank you as always for joining us, good sir.
Appreciate it. Always good to be on, making this appearance here. So good being with the quad box this time. So that was the quad box. Got one of those in. Got to do this crazy ass draft. Got to hear those poll results, by the way. Just see what's cracking there.
I know.
On Instagram, you can find me at Tru Heel _ Top Guy JJ. And on the YouTube channel, you can find me here on Rated Raw Review on Tuesday. And for my October appearance of Tru Heel Heat, I believe it is going to be, I think, October 9th. October 9th should be my October appearance on Tru Heel Heat.
Okay. So October 9th.
It might be odd brief that day because I'll be at Comic-Con that weekend. So that'd be a good spot.
There we go. Yeah, that would be perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, I had to find like a weekend I could take off that month because October, for some reason, is fucking bananas.
Really?
All right, I am ending the poll right now. And the winner of our fantasy draft 2020's matches is Josh with an overwhelming 45% of the vote.
Wow.
45% of the vote.
Congrats.
Well done, Josh. He got the first pick and he took advantage. He took advantage.
That's what number one picks do, baby.
Yep.
What number one picks is supposed to do? What he's supposed to do?
Unless it's the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Also true.
Well, you ain't fumbled that.
If you guys like this style of fantasy draft, let us know in the comments down below. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at Tru Heel SB3. Follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at Tru Heel Heat. Patreon.com/Tru Heel Heat. $3 a month. Get you exclusive content. The best place to support us where we are not live here. Like Krssi Luv says, go over and subscribe to Tru Heel Heat Sports and Entertainment. We'll be over there with our Wednesday Season 2 Part 2 review coming up on Monday. I'll be here on the channel tomorrow with a solo review for the WWE AAA World Collide event. So join us for that as well. But for the True Jaw Josh, for Top Guy JJ, for the beautiful, the lovely Miss Krssi Luv, it is me, your Tru Heel Phenom SP3. This has been Tru Heel Heat 346 Blood Money Mania. We are signing off until next time.
Laters.